It's okay. Off your mind. It's okay. Off your mind.
Chai! Now wow, people wey suppose talk through to power don't off mic. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go summer us, call them hate speech. But fear not, Maiyegun don't come. Him go torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we loud, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun diary Politico, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. This one not the off in mind, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. And in the touchlight every corner, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Chai, them be promise us say we go get light and power. Them hustle sote they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Every day, dollar just they get the higher power over naira. Still them talk say make we off mind. But thank God say Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you loud, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun diary Politico, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. This one not they off in mind, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that Maiyegun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say Maiyegun diary, he they hot like pepper. But every day then they take money in bulk. Woman picking, they the street they hawk. Still them talk say make we no talk. But thank God say Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you loud, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make you shout, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun diary Politico, oh yo yo. Maiyegun làwa mọ̀, la mọ̀ dódódódó. Maiyegun diary, Maiyegun number one.
Good morning to you, good afternoon to you, good evening to you from wherever you are watching from. And this is Maiyegun Live.
Ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú, Maiyegun diary, Maiyegun number one. Lórí Facebook, lórí YouTube, Maiyegun diary, Maiyegun number one.
Take your time and read the caption of the broadcast and then get yourself settled into this. Is also going to be an interesting night, hopefully.
Thank Maiyegun diary Politico.
These past few days, to me, apart from the level of kind of desperation to prove something, that's what I saw in this whole thing a few days ago, especially yesterday, when Tinubu tweeted supposedly from London. And he said people were saying that he is dead, that he is not dead. I didn't read that anywhere that anybody said that Tinubu is dead or anything at all. So he tweeted that they said he is dead and he's withdrawing from the race. So to debunk that, they had to share old video, to the point that they shared a 9-year-old video to prove something. People got wind of that and they exposed that, like, what are you guys hiding? Afterward, they also started sharing their photographs, supposedly of Tinubu in London. Again, people also discovered the lies in that. At the end of the day, not just that, while the people who are supposed to be speaking or telling you where your candidate is, not as if to say we really care, but I'll tell you why you should really care at some point, right? So they were asking the handlers in Nigeria, where is Kolu? Where is he? What happened? We know that they couldn't tell. They had no contact with him. And defending his absence, as you know, is becoming so ridiculous. Like it's looking so embarrassing and all that. So today, he tweeted another one. This time around, he's holding a newspaper. Then also pictures of himself and his grandchildren. All of this, people, you know, the usual FBI. All of them are turned to FBI on social media, digging things out and all that, to the point that they had to say, well, you know what? At least, not that he's bedridden and all that, okay? He just came here for his normal check, jag, in preparation for the travel to and fro for your campaign and all that. He is not sick yet, like a bedridden. So let's return him back. So they returned him back to you. And when he returned back to Nigeria, I mean, he came back in this, suits as usual. So tonight, there is something I mean, apart from all the laughs, after all the memes, after all of that, there is something I also want you to possibly pay attention to. It not that really matters, so to say, but sometimes what you think is not really doesn't really matter actually does matter at the end of the day. You know what I observed is this: apart from the desperation, the lies, the difficulty of selling Tinubu, I've discovered that those around Tinubu, I don't know if you have observed that, those around him, yeah, they kind of either out of a sheer incompetence, handling him, right, or they are just out to completely embarrass him. Now, look at this. There's nobody. There's no pressure. In my own opinion, there shouldn't have been any pressure of them trying to prove that Tinubu is ill and nothing, like he's alive, he's fine. They wanted to prove that. Now, they had to adopt this style. You remember this man? Yeah, this was 2015. You get that now, 2014, 2015, when they were packaging Buhari for you. Remember that? So they came back with something similar. Now, you know, they told you it might be an old man. It might be a megad. You get that now? It might be a man with NEPA bill certificates. But listen, he's going to be the best president you've ever had. That was 2014, 2015. 7 years ago, precisely, ladies and gentlemen. Now, that same style is back, because that's the reason why I believe, if you check this picture again, do you recognize this face? The guy that is dressing Buhari up is the current youth leader of APC, Egbekegbe Dayo, Israel, I believe. It is called packaging. Now them package Buhari. Who told you that they can't package Tinubu enough that you go down buy they call it buyer's remorse. You buy now when you get to the house and you open it up, you're like, wait, not buy. But you know what you are actually buying, by the way, in the name of one Nigeria. So they decided to put up that same stunt. First, they sent this. I don't know if you have seen that. Anyway, let me see. There's this one that they had to send people to him in London to make it look like they are chatty and all that. But look at this one. It's like a family one. They did same for Buhari as well. So these are Sheyi's grandchildren. These pictures were uploaded by Sheyi himself. Look at that tie. Okay, Sheyi Tinubu. Okay, so look at that tie. All this to prove that, look at him now. See now, city boy. What you guys want again? And all that stuff. Nobody pressured them to do all of this. I don't see any pressure other than his absence when he was supposed to be around, right? To pull its weight and everything that, all as usual. But it was absent. Then suddenly all these pictures started popping up on social media. Then this one too popped up. Bum. Right? So nobody asked them to upload anything to prove that Tinubu is fine, is this or that, or is part of the packaging. Now people have to be like, hey, wait, this picture, looks like the same tie is wearing here. And if there's anything that gave this up when they went back onto, Google Picture, it was actually the newspaper. Yeah, the newspaper is reading is this, and it was in January 2022. Now they said Tinubu was in London. Olodo. I even did a broadcast the day he left Nigeria. You remember he was away for about 3 to 4 months. He came back in January. Sure, you remember, to come and tell Buhari that he wants to be president. That was in January. By the 17th, 18th of January, he was back in the UK. Yes, he was back here. Now, this is the newspaper he's holding. That's the one that gave him up. And they're like, maybe it's just, can you not hold, old newspaper? Yeah, what is, all that. So the thing is the thing here is this. If you look at this tie, it is this same dress. The day they were taking this picture was the day they were taking this. They took this as well. Now, the reason why I'm actually sharing this is that, what is the pressure when you look at all the videos of Tinubu, all the videos where Tinubu speak like normally, they are like 10 years, 15 years, 17 years old videos. Throwback. Now, just like Buhari, remember, these were the same people who were telling you what Buhari would do in Nigeria, how Buhari will change Nigeria, how he's going to make $1, 1 naira to $1, how he's going to bring your pump per liter fuel down to 40 naira per liter, how they are going to give you graduates who have no job. They will be giving you employment allowance and the rest of that. All those promises, many of them, Buhari didn't say them by himself. They were said by these vuvuzelas. Most of them controlled by what they stand to benefit from these rots. The consequences of that today is not being borne by them alone. You are bearing same as well, aren't you? Even when you didn't follow them in their change nonsense. Now, for Buhari, he never promised anything per se. He just repeats whatever all of you have been already, saying. That is why today Buhari is never going to stand or take responsibility for anything. So you might be wondering why. His wife said that he suffered PTSD after the civil war. Person will no fight civil war. Aisha came out and said her husband was abandoned by the military after his arrest, after his release from prison. Yeah. When the Babangida removed him. Aisha said Buhari suffered PTSD, mental health problem, something so bad that she only had to suffer it inside. As a teenager, she was a 17-year-old girl, she said, and became officially his wife when she turned 18. She said, PTSD. That is why Buhari never take responsibility. And when you look at APC, now this jobless, unemployable Oceans are the ones making all the noise, all the promises. They will do this, they will do that, they will, all that stuff. This Tinubu cannot say them by himself. The last time they asked him, unemployment in Nigeria, Tinubu, what do you think? He said, 33% unemployed. Recruit. 50 million youth. So, if Buhari never told you what he would do, like defended it or even explained to you how he was going to do it. Now these vuvuzelas were doing the explanation. Now let's go back to that Buhari, because Buhari was never ferried abroad for medical treatment up and down before they sold you the lies and the bubble of change. Remember, but when the alarm blew, and Buhari ended up in London, remember those who were the court clowns, court jesters, who were explaining to you why there was nothing wrong for the president of Nigeria to be under the knives of foreign doctors in a foreign land. They are not even like, they are not ashamed of that. I remember when Femi Adesina was seeing Buhari off too. They said he was going for medical checkup. Baba, now over 100 days, Buhari went. Nigeria went down the drain and never recovered, even to tomorrow. So just a little flashback before we celebrate the return of a Kolu. We want him to speak, say what within some of you are, you know what I mean? Because whatever you are saying, these charlatans, they were better than you in 2017. Do you remember this?
Okay, so Nigerians may wonder why the sudden visit to London by the president for medical checkup at the moment.
Well, anything that has to do with health cannot be described as sudden. When it comes, it comes. You know that since the president came back in August 2017 from his medical vacation then, his health has held on very well. Last year it's doubtful whether he went out. So, if it is time to do it now, then it's time to do it.
But there's nothing to worry about?
No, absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing to worry about. We believe that as it's going now, he will do all the necessary checks and everything will be all right, and he will be back within the second week of April, as has been said in our statement. You know that when it has to do with health, we can presume. There is nobody who can say he is 100% healthy. If there's anybody like that, he should stand up to be counted. Somebody who says, I don't need checkup, I don't need anybody to look at my health, I am perfect from head to toe. That person should then stand up to be counted. So if our president at 78 is going for medical checks, I think there's nothing out of the ordinary in that. Thank you.
I wonder why the sudden London visit by the president for medical checkup?
Well, two things. One is that the president is looking at the window of opportunity that has opened with the Easter holiday. It's a much relaxed period for everyone. Good Friday, Easter Monday, national holiday. So then, using that period to do his regular medical checkup. This is something he has done for so many years, even before he came to office. Every year he had appointment with his doctors and he went there to do it. The only anomaly this time around was that COVID prevented this kind of trip throughout 2020. So he has lost some period. The last time he was there, more than 1.5 years back. But so he's using that opportunity to do what is regular in his own life. There is nothing like urgency or medical emergency or any new ailment of any sort. He's just fine and he's doing well.
Very, very shameless people. So that should have been the video that should have come next after the one I should have shown you first, but it doesn't make any difference. This was Buhari after spending 100 days in London, and a year and a half after, that's the third time returning to London. But when he went for that far away and everything went down the drain and he returned back, I mean, this was the image back then, just after we kind of chased him out of London. I remember that day where we captured his flight leaving Stansted back to Nigeria. Just quick one. Sorry. And when it got to Nigeria, this is what it looked like. Just a reminder. Now, I don't know if you remember what the trauma was. I mean, for a country, right? And how fast Nigeria degenerated because of his own deteriorating health and every other thing they are keeping away from you. I mean, even if you know if you get Stockholm syndrome, that you kind of, sometimes you should, like they say, you should talk to your own inner worms. Àrùn inú ẹ kó má bá àrùn inú ẹ sọ̀rọ̀ lẹ́ǹkọ̀ọ̀kan pé wà tó bá tiẹ̀ ń ṣe mí ṣé ó yẹ kí n tún máa ṣé kò tiẹ̀ kí n máa borí ara mi ro gan self ni ibo ni gbogbo life ẹ ń lọ báyìí with all these characters. Just saying. From that 2017 to today, whatever took Buhari to London, whatever it was that they couldn't treat in Nigeria, that they had to fly him 6 hours down to the UK to this day, that hasn't encouraged them to invest more in their own healthcare in Nigeria. Number one, to at least serve as the first aid to safeguard their own lives too, rather than flying down to the UK. So the Tinubu zone is so sudden. Do you get that? it is so sudden. Tinubu is not well. Now, don't let anybody blackmail you about being well or not well, okay? I am not mocking anyone, and there is no one that cannot fall sick. Do you get that? It is a, I'm not going to say sickness is normal, but any one of us can actually fall ill. You can be ill. It can be terminal. You can have a sickness. I can have a sickness that can be terminal, even as young as I am. Do you get that? And in most cases, every illness has its own cure once you have access to the very good care. Now, that good care is not available in Nigeria. I mean, some of you will say, listen, you will say, Baba Gbagbe, there are better hospitals here. They are just private and very expensive. That's part of the lies you tell yourselves. There is a difference between, having private practices, right, with their own little resources, right, that are always going to be inadequate, never enough, compared to a government that really invests in healthcare, which is for all. That's different from private. You know that. Now you have to go and queue somewhere to do scan because your government couldn't provide one in any of your government hospitals. And if wherever they are provided, they are inadequate or completely broken down. You know that. So you can't know that Nigeria more than your politicians, your leaders. Do you get that? Their friends, their own friends, are the doctors who own those practices. Do you know that? They issue those certificates to all of them. The ones you want to use as to cover up for the failures of these criminals. And it's not just their failure. It is the heartlessness and selfishness. Now, if you have not seen it through that angle, well, I don't know what angle you are looking at it from. These guys are not well. That is not even motivating them to invest more in the healthcare, which can take care of them and you. And at the same time, somehow cut down the cost of health tourism. Or what do you call it? Is it called health tourism? United Kingdom is making a kill from the Nigerian politicians and Nigeria elites. You're rich men. But here you are. You are going to abuse me. You are going to attack me. You're going to call me names simply because I'm saying something that should get you thinking. You know that. But you're not thinking because you're not probably made to think. It's difficult, isn't it? Just try. Reason. Just reason. Even a dead clock is right twice in a day. AM and PM. Maybe twice in a day. Get your sense back and use them to think. Just think. It costs you a lot of money. They don't care. They are sick. They are not motivated to invest in your Medicare because whatever is wrong with them, there are many, if not millions of people who are suffering whatever they are suffering, but they can access the best medical care abroad. The same medical care I would access, whatever. I'll keep saying that to you. I keep saying it. You might see me as somebody you don't like. I don't care. If you love your oppressors, well, that's your problem. But here is something. I am not your enemy. You know that. The same medical care that your criminal leaders come here for and pay in pound sterling is the same medical care my family, myself, we have access to. Why can't you have access to the same in Nigeria? Now, if they didn't care before, okay, like let's say, not be everybody they fall sick, Abi. There are young of them who probably are not sick, okay, and they come here too. So they've never experienced the system and how it works, Abi. But what about these old men that are dying? They are old. They are going. None of them can live for the next 50 years. All of you watching me right now that are still in your own 20s, there is a possibility that many of us are still going to live for another 40, 50 years. None of these guys would live for that time. Now, what will be that legacy that you watching me right now that have no access to real medical care in Nigeria? You don't have access to it. And wherever they are available, you can afford them. But look at them. You are praying for them to get better. I mean, I remember the dramas of 2017 still. If you've forgotten, I mean, let me play this for you again. Your future president of Nigeria, this is what you are going to have to live with again.
Good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon. We are all over the place. Thank you very much, sir.
It was an exciting moment of hope and fulfillment as President Muhammadu Buhari welcomes the presidential media team led by the Minister of Information and Culture, Alhaji Lai Muhammad, at the Abuja House in London.
I see you every evening in the press.
Thank you
It's very good.
Thank you very much, sir.
At least by the press you are working very hard.
The team include the Presidential Media Advisor Femi Adesina, the Senior Special Assistant to the President Media and Publicity Garba Shehu, the Personal Assistant Online Media Loretta Onoche, as well as the Senior Special Assistant on Diaspora Matters Abike Dabri Erewa. For about 1 hour, the team interacted freely with President Muhammadu Buhari on his health condition and other wide range of issues on the nation's well-being. When the team expressed delight about his much improved health, President Buhari retorted, and I quote, "I feel I could go home, but the doctors are now in charge and I have now learned to obey orders." When told about the fervent prayers for him within and outside Nigeria, a delighted President Muhammadu Buhari was full of appreciation and prayed God to reward them abundantly. As he puts it, what we did in the Gambia early this year fetched us a lot of goodwill on the African continent. It gave us a lot of latitude. The Minister of Information and Culture, Alhaji Lai Mohammed, speaks about his impression.
The president is very much back. He's very healthy and has not lost his sense of humor at all. We're leaving London very elated, very excited because we met our president in very good health. He has spoken to us. You know, we exchanged banters, and I think we can't ask for more.
People would like to know, when is he coming back to Nigeria?
Yes, he has said that now he has learned to obey orders. You know, Mr. President is a retired general. He was the one who used to issue the orders. But now the shoe is on the other foot, and he's the one that must obey orders. So he says he must obey the orders of his doctors. So we look forward to the doctors giving him the green light to proceed to Nigeria.
So we just appeal to Nigerians to continue to pray for Mr. President. He's going to come back, inshallah, to Nigeria to continue what he's been doing. And right now, there's really no vacuum. And Mr. President is happy about that the fact that the acting president is doing the job with all diligence and responsibility.
The Minister of Information and Culture, Alhaji Lai Mohammed, used the opportunity to present a Get Well Soon card to the President, signed by all the ministers, for which he was appreciative and hoped to be with them and indeed Nigerians soon. From London, Adamu Sambu, NTA News.
So that's the kind of news you have to get used to, okay? When Tinubu becomes your president, he would have to come here for his medical checkup. So the rest of you will have to keep praying for him to return back safely. And then you'll also be praying you'll be praying against his enemies, like you have been doing for Boko. You remember that time? There are many of you here, as poor as the church rats, walking your asses off, but yet you are living like the wretched. You know that. You know yourselves. You are watching me right now. Your parents are the ones out there right now, also like a gearing support for the oppressors that have stolen your future. So, all the enemies of Buhari would die. Everybody that said Buhari would die, they have been dying, Look at that one that said Buhari is dead. He's dead, though. Look at, all of you, that's what you have to do for the next 4 years or 8 years when Tinubu become your president. It's so sad anyway, but I mean, you would have to kind of get yourself prepared for that too. Enemies of Tinubu, our president is going to come back alive. Everybody that is saying that, because suddenly you will use the next 4 years, okay, to be fighting the imaginary enemies of Tinubu, while your life continue to what? To fritter away. Ask those who have now become even poorer, wretched in the last 7 years, jobless. And then I can't tell you to ask those who have been killed or kidnapped yet. it will be like I'm mocking them. I'm saying the effort and all of that make you think everyone who is speaking up, standing up against these criminals is an enemy of your oppressor. So you are going to spend the next 4 years or 8 years praying for Tinubu not to die. Then you will also be praying against and cursing his enemies, because according to you, that will be your goal. I mean, ask the Buhari idiots. I mean, you guys are the same anyway. So you're just going to have to switch allegiance. I don't know who have to force them. You know that video? That video was them trying to prove to everybody that Buhari is alive. I don't know how much of that you have forgotten anyway. I don't know. Dishonest, insincere people, dishonest people. And according to this guy who knows them very well, and then, what's that guy's name again? Abba. You remember him? APC.
APC is a grand fraud. Expert liars. They are first-class propagandists. They thrive on propaganda. They have spent so much money on media to cover them up.
He's one of them. I think when he got beaten, he had to come out and say, well, guys, you have no idea who you are dealing with, but you will soon find out as well. So back to Nigeria, the first person they asked was Festus Otobo Keyamo. Festus, if we ask you, when last did you speak to your candidate? Because you are the spokesperson for the campaign. What's going on? Festus, where is Tinubu?
Who are genuine like you, I think you should be satisfied when a spokesperson for a campaign council comes to sit on set to say, well, as at this morning, I got information is hale and hardy. That should be enough for you. You should not. If you probe further, it is mischief.
No, I'm not mischievous. I'm just concerned. Have you spoken to him? Have you spoken to the candidate himself? Okay, let me let the cat out of the bag. I spoke with Sheyi. The son is with him, and the son said, "Oh, Daddy is sleeping." Also, he's okay, and that is the son. I'm speaking.
Daddy is sleeping. That is okay. Sheyi, my namesake. So many young people are looking at Sheyi and say, oh my Lord, God bless Sheyi, Yesha. Oh dear. Well, I mean, in the Nigerian context, it's going to be your Yusuf Buhari, and this time around, this one get job. In the empire of his father, he is a strong, very, very powerful stakeholder. You underrate him or you look down on him at your own peril. In fact, he is the master strategist for his father's president. So you can imagine what Sheyi will be like when Tinubu become president. More vibe and inshallah. You go see him. He's such a powerful guy in Lagos as we speak. Now, anyway, that's just on the side. Sheyi told Keyamo, Daddy is sleeping. That's it. Let the cat out of the bag. But when they ask the women leader for APC, a former House of Rep member, Jumoke Okoya Thomas. Madam, come, Biko. Where is Ashiwaju? You fit tell us.
When is Bola Ahmed Tinubu, your candidate, expected back? This meeting that he's holding in London,
I'm a woman
is
leader.
It going to be a long, permanent meeting?
He will show up very soon. And I tell you, within the next 48 hours, I know the Ashiwaju, he's never spent more than 2 weeks outside. Go and check, go and Google. Even my little self here, when I'm not well, I quickly run out to take a rest. Well.
Are you
no,
confirming that
I
it's not
am
well?
not saying he's not well. I said my little self here. When I need to rest, I will quickly go out.
But why can't you rest in Nigeria?
You go out.
How
you go out. We all go out.
Do you have the evidence?
We all go out.
Do you have a copy of my
from
international
people calling me? I take a break from people knocking on my house. Help me. On my doors.
But before we go, because of mother and child, I'm talking about childhood mortality is very high in Nigeria. All right? 1 in every 13 Nigerian child born dies before they get to the age of 1.
You see, one thing you
Please,
keep
quickly,
doing,
as we wrap up.
I'll do that. One thing, you keep making reference to what is happening outside of this country. Rome was not built in a day. They are having their issues. The strongest dollar, the strongest currency today is dollar in the world. They took over from Stalin. Stalin is struggling after dollar today.
No, but it's 1-to-1 again now. In fact, the Stalin has beat the dollar now.
When I was schooling in England, do you understand? 1.4 was what we were getting. Not struggling, So what I'm saying is, they put a man on that seat, Biden. Do you understand? They call him old, rickety, and all the rest. You know what? There's something in his brain. That thing that is in his brain is what is giving them a stronger currency and a stronger nation. And that is what Asiwaju will give us.
Anyway,
give us.
Okay, we have to go. At least we have one take-home assignment.
Oh dear, no, that one is women leader. Eshe, thank you. Some said, now, social media is a mad place sometimes, okay? So, meanwhile, let's credit of those videos still goes to Arise TV. So let me tell them, may they know, go report my channel. The credit is theirs. But the purpose of that clip is for the educational, illustrational purposes. So, which is what we are doing now. She's the Yaloja. They said you built mother and child maternity ward. Can you tell us where and where? Madam no fit talk. They are APC, Egbekegbe. People living inside slum in Lagos. They will be beating their chests and tell you Tinubu built Lagos. And they are living in slums. So slums of Ikorodu, slums of Oshodi, slums of Ajegunle, slums of Epe, and slums of Isaleko, slums of Lekki, slum of Victoria Island, slums. They live there, but they are so proud of their mega slum, a place where they have no real hospital that could take advantage of the health tourism, the over 500 million pounds that Nigeria pay out to take care of your thieving criminal leaders all over the place. 500 million pounds. UK is making a lot of money from you. And that could have been, taken advantage of, where if you have a serious system that ruled a place for 23 years. But, hey, as small if you talk about before everybody begin to come out cloth. Somebody said that, tell us also about Peter Obi. Tell us about all the bad thing about Peter Obi. I said, well, you probably are doing that yourselves. You know why? When we get to the Obi, Atiku, and the rest of them, they receive their bash according to their contribution to what you are. But you see this APC, the irresponsible you, who never take responsibility for anything, pointing fingers, from your own failure. Nah, you will be held responsible. Everyone will hold you on. Now, shame you no get. That is why after the failure of 2015 to 2019 to now, your shamelessness is making you ask for fairness. Now, your shamelessness is still emboldening you, because you have never taken responsibility. Not even any of your leaders take responsibility for what they have done to you, even you, including those who are their victims too. So they didn't know where he was. If you are sick, you go abroad and rest. Now the rich people, paradise be that. Now the poor people, they stay in Nigeria, go they drink agbo, and they queue about to collect money or even beg money at the general hospitals. If you go to general hospitals in Nigeria, you will see all these people who are going to queue together to defend your mothers, your fathers, who are going to queue together and bring back the people who ruined already and also ready to ruin your own offsprings too. They will be queuing in front of general hospital begging for money for treatment in this 21st century. And the same set of people are going to group around and say, hey, Aju, welcome back. Tinubu is back. Okay. So when he returned, the first reaction tonight, because it be like everybody just say, wait, where in there? There's in this hospital, they plug up under the machine, if you talk, and all these things, oh, stop all this. There's no pressure, okay? It's back to you, and we can have a lot of memes in the next couple of days. If they allow him talk to people, don't just say he's back, oh. Let him go onto the screen and tell you, say it himself. All of you, Boromi Deleru, Alakpama Shishe, jobless rogues who are also freeloaders, pickpockets. Tinubu, when he's back now, you should let him say what he won't do and how he won't do. I mean, that's something I'm going to show you anyway. So when he got back today, they were so happy.
Welcome back, sir, Daddy.
Jagaban. I beg, make him go rest small so that tomorrow we go see him for video when they talk. It's part of the interesting period that I'm actually like waiting to keep in the diary. Put it in the diary. Put it in the diary and all that. I've told you, okay, we all have a lot to lose when we continue to play into the hands of these career criminals. One Nigeria is a ruse. It is from the figment, it's the figment of the imagination of the owners, and whatever you are seeing today, they are not by any means an accident. Okay, so usually when I talk about these people, right, I talk about their public, services, their public involvement, and how their actions in public office and all that have affected the lives of the people positively or negatively. So I'm not really interested in their private life. I'm not really interested in their private businesses and all of that, except the one that is linked to the public office as well. You know what I mean? And if any one of them has committed any crime, the ideal thing is for those saddled with the responsibility of catching thieves and criminals to have done their job. Look at all the thieves everywhere. Do you get that now? So when you look at what these guys have done, now you talk about no hospitals. Oh, there's no really well-equipped hospital. People, doctors are not paid or well paid, and then and other stuff, right? That have contributed to the degraded or degenerated state of the medical facilities in Nigeria. Now, all of them contributed to it too. Sure, you get now. And that is why they find, they found the solace, they found the comfort elsewhere, which is outside Nigeria. So when they have to fund that luxury, that means they have to use the money that is meant for your medical, to provide medical, support, medical facilities for you as a people like me, they enjoy here in the UK. Now, that money is what they have to take to come and take care of themselves here, buy properties for themselves, buy for their children, their girlfriends, and buy for their different proxies as well. Open different proxies accounts that they are stashing your own money into. And all of that contributed, ended up with what? Creating a zoo like the Biafran brothers will always remind us, is a zoo. But we said, no. Nigeria is not a zoo. Okay? In fact, you have been unkind to zoo. In the zoo, if you go to the zoo, all species of animals, they are in orderliness. Do you get that now? Everyone hold their territories with respect and boundary. There is no disorderliness. There's no incessant, mass killings or genocide of monkey versus the leopards. They are fighting, so they don't do genocide. Gorillas and the lions, they are fighting. There's nothing like that. In the zoo, there is orderliness. There is no orderliness in Nigeria. You know that. Of course you do. So, calling Nigeria zoo is being kind of unkind, or let me say disingenuous to the word zoo. Nigeria is worse than zoo. Do you get that now? Some of you became offended because they call Nigeria zoo. You should be thankful to them, because that's actually a very, very decent, you know what I mean? But because Nigeria is not organic. You know that. You do, or you don't. All right. Anyway, they chose to use your commonwealth to buy themselves comfort while they promise you a better life that they have no plan of giving to you. So it's your choice. Do you get that now? It's everybody's choice, okay? If you are following Obi, or you are following Tifnumbu, or you are following Atifku, in your Nigeria context, now mumu they do you if you think you are dragging yourselves and that is going to in any way make you different. No, it's not. You have no idea what is in that Nigeria. Now, let me talk about this public office. So, somebody said, tell us too about Obi. I said, well, I'll tell you what I heard or what I have that is factual in public. Do you get that now? Something that will make you cringe and say, wow. That's too much now. Kilo dirty. I was reading the news earlier before I came on. They said pensioners, they collapsed because they were protesting. They haven't been paid. Do you get that? The people who stole their money, they are the civil servants and the politicians and the bankers, allowed by a system that they put in place that doesn't allow them, that would never get them exposed. And even if they are exposed, they would never be punished for it. It's the system. You get that now? So, hang on. I think, right. So the system that allows them to do that is not a system that you think from the blues. You can overturn, as many of you, I think, but it's good to try, by the way. There's no harm in that. I picked up something and I said, how could the pensioners who worked for over 30 years in Nigeria be dying in this kind of poverty and wretchedness. They can't afford to pay for their own medical treatment. So many of them cannot even afford to feed. So they said some of them fainted. 4 of them fainted today. They were protesting that they are not paid. But somebody who served as a governor, a politician, for 8 years is entitled to this because he's a pensioner. You know, the number 1 pensioner in Lagos right now is Tinubu. After him is Fashola. After Fashola is Ambode. And I don't know who is going to be there. Maybe all the permanent secretaries. Now, look at this. Just in comparison, public service and all that. Forget about what they did, okay? Now, what they take for themselves from the system that gave you, listening to me right now, absolute nada. The system allowed that, you know, when they say governors are receiving pension in Nigeria, do you know those who started it? There is no those. The man who started this is, who started the pension for governors in Nigeria is Tinubu. And he even made the law for it. Yeah? He made the law and he signed the law that gave him pension, all this pension, because he served as a governor. Anybody who served as a governor in Lagos State. So if you, your papa or your mama who served for 30 years or 35 years or 40 years, she's still begging to get a 45,000 or 50,000 naira pension that they won't even pay her anyway, right? Look at this. For Tinubu in Lagos, right? Say, 300% of the annual salary as a severance package approved by the, 100% of the annual basic salary of incumbent governor's salary for life. So Tinubu is receiving the salary of Sanwo-Olu as governor now. If Sanwo-Olu is receiving 10 million naira, Tinubu is collecting 10 million. If Sanwo-Olu is collecting 20 million, Tinubu is collecting it. Fashola is collecting it because of that law in Lagos, right? Now, for life, till they die. So a new house in Lagos, minimum of 5 bedroom. A new house in Abuja or any other location, minimum of 5 bedrooms. Free medical care for him and his family members for life. Do you get that now? For being governor, okay? Entitled to cooks, steward, gardeners, and domestic staff, all pensionable. Those who are even cooking his food, they will receive pensions from Lagos State government, right? And, 300% of his annual basic salary as governor every 2 years as furniture allowance. Now, 300% of the salary of Sanwo-Olu, let's say Sanwo-Olu is taking 20 million. So 300% of that is going to be 60 million. They will have to pay that every 2 years to Tinubu. Do you get that now? It is the law. They have to pay it. Do you get that? Now, then, and on like that. So when you look on your right, Anambra is not as rich as Lagos State. So, yeah, they probably will never have such money to give to their former governor. Do you get that? Today, more than 20 states in Nigeria, in fact, more than 26 states in Nigeria have signed the same law. They've made the same law in their impoverished states with their impoverished, underserved people. Yeah? They have made these laws themselves and they are collecting the same salary initiated by Tinubu. I just thought you should know, because if any other thing, right, I have no business with him and I have no business with any of them. But because of their involvement in and the effects, consequences of their actions in a way, it is always better to always set the record straight for the sake of those who will end up seeing them as, what do you call them? As leaders or heroes and all that stuff. Anyway, back in Nigeria, Tinubu is back. And as it is, we hope that the campaign can be put back in order and we can monitor how this explosion is going to go. Do you get that? So let's put that aside. Just 2 days ago, the Igbos in Lagos, they came together to endorse Asiwaju for president. There are stories, I've told you that, there are stories where people said, oh, they were intimidated, or they were harassed, or they were threatened, or they were bribed. Well, I mean, it doesn't really matter anymore. There is video, or there are videos, there are clips where they pledged, and in fact, they are not just Igbos in Lagos. They are also APC members in Lagos as well, in their numbers. So it didn't last for just a few hours after that. Boom. Hey, they say Lagos state government rejected the proposal of these Igbo people who endorsed Tinubu in Lagos. They wanted 26 million naira for the endorsement party. And somebody said the Lagos State APC or the Lagos State government is giving them trouble. That's why they got the copy. That's why the copy made it to the public. Somebody said, who are you campaigning for? That's the problem. I am not campaigning, and I will never campaign for any of you or any of the Orogish, whatever. We call it charade on MaiyegunsDiary Politico. But you see, on MaiyegunsDiary Politico, right, where I have stated my own position, which somehow today is not so popular among many of you who have caught the vibe, no, not the vibe, who have caught what do you call it? Who have caught this momentum of you want to rescue Nigeria. I have told you 1 million times, 1,000,001 times, right? Election will not end or will not solve the atrocity, or what do you call it? The backwardness and whatever we are experiencing in that Nigeria. I've said that many times. And I've also told you on this platform, I said, when your election starts, many of you who were once agree with us that if there should be any progress conversation at all about what is going on or what we have experienced in Nigeria, especially in the last 7 years, or even back to when this whole thing started, the ideal thing right now is for those who really care about you, about me, about our future, about Nigeria, to now call for an immediate national conversation where every part of Nigeria that is represented will have to decide if they still want to be part of this contraption or not. And if they want to be part of the contraption, under what condition. I've said that many times. But it's not so popular among you. You are looking for somebody to be on this side, on that side. No. This is an arena. An arena where people gather there to understand why Maiyegun said election will never resolve whatever they are promising you right now. You're going to do it, yeah? If they ever have you to do it, yeah? You're going to do it. You're going to be back to square one, and we are going to be back into this again. Do you get that? Until when you stop lying to yourselves that, leadership is the problem of Nigeria. Oh, let us have new leaders. Oh, let us have visionary this or that. You know that's not it. It is not. If you love Nigeria, as you are watching me right now, you will be advocating, right, for an immediate, peaceful dissolution of the entire contraption, and let everybody handle their own affairs according to their own choosing. But that's not popular, is it? No, it's not popular. You are shaking your head, Abi. If you see obedient, they will tell you, Maiyegun is obedient, it's just not showing it. No. But if that makes you sleep well at night, okay, you can keep it. But the point here is this. On this platform, it is so easy to show it to everyone. Number one, your hypocrisy. The lies the lies you are hiding. The hypocrisy you are covering. The masks that many of you are wearing. Many of these things are easily exposed with, by your bigotry, by your tribal bigotry, your religious intolerance, and so many other things that actually keeps you poles apart. Because we are not supposed to be, even if we're supposed to be together, it shouldn't be this way. You know it, I know it, but you strongly believe now that you are right. You have the solution. You are going to fix it. And I said, on MaiyegunsDiary Politico, we will keep your actions, your inactions, your campaigns, your talks, and every other thing that happens that will eventually lead to that truth that some of you would rather not us touch. Let's just all be hopeful. Once we do, everything will be fine. No. Now only mad people. We no say they're mad. Now them they do the same thing again. Same thing again and again and again. Then they would expect a different result. My brother, you don't need research you. Now madness. So if you think this is it, well, I am MaiyegunsDiary. I don't force my opinion on people. I just get you to think, right? So don't ask me, who are you campaigning for? Okay? Because I am not. In fact, I am here to encourage those who have stood up even this far against a system that keeps us divided, even when you are lying to yourselves that we are not. You can't hide that for too long. But the thing here is this: whatever happens, we are all affected, and we would all have a shot at the consequences, even if we never participated in that. But there's something that is going to lead to something. And I'm telling you this, right? Whether you are prepared for it or not, the activities, the actions, the activities of you, your other people, and every one of them that thinks that they have it all sorted. All they needed is just to get in charge, right? The actions and your actions from the next, for the next, let me say from now and for the next few days, weeks, and on, right? Will give you an inkling, an idea, okay, of what Nigeria go has become, and how much of this you probably know, but you are telling yourself it is still under control. No, it's not, but you are about to find out. Do you get that now? So I want to see us see it better, make rational decisions, and whenever we then come back, maybe when you come back from this experience, it will then make sense to you that it is not the election that will solve it. No, you are doing election, you are campaigning and registering. All of these are according to the playbook of the people who controls the system. You have no control yet, do you? Or you believe you can outrun them. Good luck with that. I like that. Go on. That doesn't make me your campaigner. Remember that for the peace of your mind. But talking about the activities of those who have pushed us to this brink of collapse, those who have pressed us to take positions that we believe will influence or, in fact, determine what kind of future are we going to have. So all the people who pushed us to that, in a way, they are about to show you why and how they succeeded this long. Then you are possibly hanging on that you are going to show them that you have learned something and it's never going to happen again. All of this, they're going to happen here on MaiyegunsDiary Politico. I'll bring all these stories together because still on this platform, somebody said because of Peter Obi, it has distracted the people campaigning for Biafra. I said, well, how about you remove the log in your eyes? Because even if we are not saying it publicly, we know how many people who have turned themselves to enemy versus enemy. They were brothers before on Yoruba Nation, campaigning, advocating, organizing rallies, and the rest of that. But the moment Tinubu became the candidate of APC today, you now see them one after the other. One after, they are like strangulated because of Tinubu. I have warned months ago. I said the moment their political charade starts, even so many of you feel so strong that this contraption is not going to work, you are going to meet something that is going to begin to make you feel like maybe it can work. Some of you are already doing that. Turning against yourselves because you suddenly feel like Nigeria is going to work if what you think should be done is done. I'm not saying you shouldn't lie to yourself. it won't be the first time. I'm just going to ask you, when do you think it's going to be the last time you are going to lie to yourself? After the election, I will be here. So don't come back later and say, Maiyegun, this Maiyegun, when during election, he is campaigning for this or that. I know many of you are lunatics like that. But just let it be on record that when many of you have been, are turning against one another from what you once believed, right? Maiyegun is holding forth here because I know you are going to come back disgraced, shamed, and then your anger will probably triple then. When your anger is tripled, then the temple of truth will be here to help you direct that anger. So remember that the consequences of letting sick people, decide what your future should be like or not, as they have consequences. And let me tell you this, right? If not for the families and the people we love back in Nigeria, some of us could probably try and forget about Nigeria for some time. I mean, you know what I mean? But how could you pretend to forget Nigeria when your family members could become a victim of anything, anytime, and your phone will have to ring, and you would have to pick that and speak to them, and then that is Nigeria happening to you, so to say. I don't know how many days it is right now, but from March 28, 2022, right, 167 passengers, they are Nigerians of different background, Yorubas, Igbos, Hausas, Fulanis, and the rest, on a train trip from Kaduna to Abuja. When Boko Haram attacked them. You remember that story? That was since March. The terrorists have made over they've made over 2 billion naira, releasing those they could release. And 23, including children, women, 23 of them left since that March. They finally regained their freedom yesterday. From the report we received, the terrorists released them. And a lot happened when they got kidnapped, after they got kidnapped. You remember that lady nurse? No. Was she a doctor or a nurse? That lady that got shot and killed on the train. You remember her? Oh, don't tell me you've forgotten. It's impossible. You would never forget that. You remember her? Chinelo or so. That's her name. Right. That was the lady who tweeted that she's been shot by the Boko Haram terrorist on the Kaduna-Abuja rail line. She's a doctor. God bless you. She was a doctor. A young lady. I think she was about 23? 23 or 21. She was so young. Honestly. She got shot. She tweeted that she's been shot. Guess what? The Tifnumbu Agbado boys, the Agbadomites, the Lagos Sabobakus. I'm not making this up. You know what one of them said? Oh, are you dead yet? Oh, you are. I mean, are you still alive? Like mocking her. Oh, no joke. Oh, I won't forget that time. She is the first victim of that Kaduna Abuja railway. You remember her? Do you remember her now? I'm gonna go look for her name. Chinelo, yeah, Dr. Chinelo. That's her name. They mocked her. They laughed at her because, according to them, they thought she was just catching cruise. I mean, that's not true. Immediately that attack was reported, these Agbado boys, these Lagos Abobakus, Buhari Dins, Buhari Diderins, Buhari Dinotus, Buhari Dijatus, Buhari Shukus, Ungo Ziaris, Unekaharis, obedient, full, sophisticated morons and unboot slaves. They pounced on her because, according to them, she is Igbo and she hates Buhari. So she wanted to tweet to discredit Buhari. That is why somebody who just got shot tweeted that I've been shot. Please help me. I've been shot. If they shoot you, you go see the type. They mocked her. The humanity in them is dead. They don't have any. So whatever they come around to tell you today and you buy them, you are buying your slavery renewal certificate, I swear. You don't know. They mocked her. They laughed at her. She died. When they found out that, oh my God, she's real. Oh no, oh, she's dead. Oh dear. They started deleting their post, deleting their comments. Those who couldn't delete theirs, and people have screenshotted what they said. They started coming back and said, oh, I thought she was catching cruise. I thought she was catching cruise. Oh, this IPOB girl. That's what they called it. They said she's IPOB girl, trying to discredit the government of Buhari. I don't know how many days, but I mean, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, that's 7 months. If 30 days makes a month, that's over 210 days that they have been in captivities. Over 210 days, including women and children. I mean, there was a time they were being whipped. You remember that? They were being beaten by the terrorists because their families are not paying up the ransom. So finally, they got released. And if you like to see their faces, look at them. 23 of them. They regained their freedom after over 210 days. I don't pray that you experience this as you are watching me today. But like they say, elections have consequences. Do not ever forget that. Elections is what elections have consequences. Talking about elections having consequences. Look at this guy. That is the governor of Ebonyi State. His name is Dave Umahi. On Maiyegun's diary Politico, we know him as Devil Umahi. Devil Umahi, in his own efforts, put it this way, is in PDP. He was in PDP. And then, for some reason, in 2019, 2018, Ebonyi State came under the attacks of Fulani terrorists. It was so bad. Communities were ransacked. Umahi went there and he said it publicly. The last time I played that video on MaiyegunsDiary Politico, Channels TV, they seems not to be happy about it. They asked me to take it down, so I had to delete it. So I won't show you that now. But if you go on YouTube right now and type in the Ebonyi attacks, go and listen to what this guy said about the Fulani terrorists in Ebonyi State. He said there was a place that they killed over 70 people in a space of 2 days. No joke. So he went there and he said, I mean, I had a deal with them. We had a deal with them that, that they will be protected. They are safe here. But we are so surprised that a day before this attack took place, all of the local Fulanis in Ebonyi, in those communities, they just relocated out of Ebonyi State. For some reason, all their stuff, they packed everything, they left. And then 24 hours after that, 70-something people were slaughtered in 3 villages, communities in Ebonyi. It broke his heart. He nearly wept that day. I remember that video. Go and check it online. But I don't know what changed. He met Buhari. They struck a deal. If you want your state to be protected, you need to join APC, Egbekegbe, for security and for his own protection too. He joined APC, Egbekegbe. They call him Little Hitler in Ebonyi. Immediately he joined APC, Egbekegbe. To prove his loyalty, he assembled some ragtag political thugs. They sealed them uniforms. They called them Ebubeagu. Their onerous agenda is not to go after the Fulani terrorists who have been killing people in Ebonyi. They are to go after Nnamdi Kanu's Eastern Security Network, a security arm of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB. A directive as part of an agreement he made with Buhari's government. So they started hunting innocent young Igbos in Ebonyi State. I'm telling you this because it's true. Something that they have managed to keep. And I am saying this, and they call him Little Hitler. Do you get that now? If you are from Ebonyi State and you should dare post or write about this on social media, you will disappear or you'll be killed or arrested and charged on trumped up charges. He is called Little Hitler. Now, you'll be saying, Maiyegun, listen, what is World Bank doing on our screen? You haven't told us. I'll tell you. Buhari's government, in rewarding him of a job well done, Buhari's government gave him $150 million, which they told us came to around 10 billion naira. Guess what that money was meant for? It is to set up Ruga in Ebonyi. And he's not the only one who collected that. Hopeless Uzodingba, the hopeless Uzodinjo of Imo collected his own share too. These two were supposed to find land for Ruga settlement in Ebonyi and Imo. You can go and verify what I've just told you now. Don't pretend that you are hearing this for the first time. Oh, please don't pretend. Oh, please. And if you are hearing it for the first time, don't pretend that like you are surprised. Just go and read about it more. Okay? So they gave him this. He couldn't provide the land, but people are paying dearly in Ebonyi. So coronavirus came. I mean, coronavirus, ladies and gentlemen. How heartless can these guys be, for goodness sake? You have looted your people. They are poorer. They are locked up. You lock them down. They can no longer. And these are, Nigerians, let me tell you something. Nigerians are people who survive. You see, 90% of Nigerians, they kill what they eat. You know what that means, 90% of Nigerians, they kill what that means. If they don't go out to kill what they want to eat. Killing means that to walk and hand something. Baba, you have killed them. You don't need to say police or army should shoot and kill them, okay? Nigerians are not like the rest of the world where you can say, oh, there is some welfare system, there's some backup. No. There are people that if they don't go out a day, they will starve. So they locked them down. World Bank, billionaires, people here and there, they were donating money to Nigeria to support and help small businesses, support and help people who are working that are now going to be able to work, private, individuals, that stuff, like help the citizens who are going to be forlorn or they're going to lose their job because of this coronavirus. Give them support, food and all that, medical. These heartless people, they hoarded your palliatives. You know that, which also coincided with the End SARS protest at the time. You remember what happened during the palliative war? These people did that too. Now they are now saying World Bank is now asking Ebonyi, Mr. Governor of Ebonyi, we gave you so amount of money during the lockdown to support Ebonyi State and Ebonyi people. But this money, nothing. You don't do anything. Haba. I mean, this is not good. Although it's, it may look like a free money. It's not free money. People donated this money, all these places. All the money we are giving to you to help the poor people. All of them are just a still arm. So Buhari had to write him and say, you know what, Umayi, you will need to explain what you take the money for the coronavirus palliative for Ebonyi States. How did you spend the money? But you know what? My enemies at work. What would I do with palliative money? I'm a very big man, a rich man. Which I won't take palliative. No. These guys are shameless. House of Assembly member in Lagos State collected her own share of the palliative. And she decided to rebag everything and rebranded everything for her birthday. Souvenir for her birthday, oh. Palliative, coronavirus palliative, that they should share food to the people who will probably be suffering. They will be affected by the lockdown. Politicians collected the food. They put them in storages. In Lagos State, this one, that lady, she rebranded it. I'm going to go on social media. I'm going to go on Google and show you so that you won't be like Lagos House of Assembly member who converted palliative to birthday souvenir. I mean, it's out there. You can search for it. In Lagos State, countless people. But in Ebonyi, okay, make I show you that one first because I don't see the picture. Make I show you. Let me share my screen. So it won't be like, about you are just saying all these things. I mean, show us now. Where's that my share screen? Let me see. Where is my extra? Hang on. So she converted the what do you call it? Coronavirus palliative to a birthday souvenir. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to save the picture and bring it onto your screen right there. So give me a sec. I can't remember her name, but I think I'm going to get her name now. Her name says Mojisola Ali, Honorable Mojisola Ali Macaulay, cold-hearted humans. And they will say, why don't you respect elders? This Maiyegun no get respect at all. How can I respect criminals? Now, no get shame, okay? That you feel like, I say about which court? There's no court that convicted or there. Which court is convicting criminals in Nigeria? Your politicians, the ones that are choosing your judges, Abi. So you want them to also, be sent to jail. Come on, man. Be real. That's what we say. We say, try and be real. I'll show you that later now. Now, the World Bank is asking, who are you? Who are you? The money you took or we gave to you, we realized that no shishi was given to the people of Ebonyi. No shishi. That's Mojisola Ali Macaulay. That's she's APC, Egbekegbe member. Palliative, you see those things you are seeing on the side. They are palliative rice, so Indomie, palliative rice. They rebranded them for her birthday. Let me see a bigger picture. See, APC, all this in na Corona palliative, Corona thing, okay? She repackaged everything for her birthday just not long ago. So I just thought you should remember that, right? Devil Umayi, who collected the billions on behalf of the Ebonyi people. Even Buhari is asking, Baba, come, how you do the money? It's just to tell you how they are. And these criminals have no tribe. They have no religion. They have no, they don't have political party, so to say. You know what I mean now? So World Bank is saying that, hello, if you continue like this, we are not going to give our money to you again, no. This is not, we're not going to give our money again, no. I mean, what kind of thing, what kind of rubbish is this? As if to say that is not enough. The Nigerian soldiers, they put a pen to paper and they wrote a letter to Buhari. Mr. President, we are suffering. We are suffering. Gidigon. Some of us have now resorted into kidnapping. If you are seeing kidnappers here, kidnappers there, not be all of them be Fulani kidnappers. So some of them are like our people, soldiers. We are suffering. Our families are suffering. Our people, we are not being paid. We are this, that stuff. I'm not joking. They wrote a letter. Let me see if I still have that letter. I think I do. I don't know. Let's see. I think this is it. Soldier salary. Mr. President, if they don't pay us more salary, we go just go to kidnap people because we get gun, we get bullets. And a lot, all these criminals we come from Nigeria, Sahel, everywhere. They are doing business in Nigeria, kidnapping everybody. Even us, they kidnap us soldiers. So they wrote a letter to Buhari that do something, if something is not done. If Buhari failed to do something could do all of you. So if you are still jumping up and down, celebrating that your sickly, leaders are back and your future is going to be back on track and the rest, dream on, okay? The people that will kidnap you, not be all of them go be Fulani, they will be soldiers as well. Now the one will be this. Here you get. You dey read that? Photo. No be juju. Abi. Good. So as many people were like before Tinubu turned everybody to London, because that's going to be the case. Okay. I mean, it's going to need his health check every 3 months. Okay. So they're going to bring him back. before December, or latest, they will bring him back early January, okay? So that it will be able to do the final lap of your charade campaign and all of that, okay? So he's going to be back in the UK. Then after the election, if they declare him winner, if he's your winner, then they will bring him back to the UK. Una don't enter and be that. So get ready. So you'll be here, you'll be seeing photo and say, oh, my swagger. Befun, as some of you are Maiyegun aralonta, si swagger, kolu, show them, pepper them. Now so na de pepper them, tofi ba ye je. Now so na de pepper them, that Buhari mortgage your future. Today, can I see urgent 2K, urgent 5K? Baba, some of you have turned to prayer warriors today. Oh yeah, Befun, Tinubu, show them, pepper them. Tinubu ya pepper Maiyegun, pepper them. Read the newspaper, show them, and all of that. Are ye love interkaiti? Because some of those who got deceived by the images like this, today, those who are not dead among you, they are jobless. Those who are like those who have managed to escape from Nigeria, they are not praying to come back. So, Bevu, show them you are LD. God is better than them. Baba is coming. Mama is coming. Oh yeah, show them swagger. Baba, life well off in swagger. And by the time when they begin to use your ACB, so now they can't use your life. They do TikTok. Now then you're gonna say, Tieti bye. Them. As it depend. Now they say that the River State anthem be that now. As it depend them, they sweet us. As it they sweet us, depend them. Oh, yeah, they carry me, they go. They carry me, they go.
70 years old man. You. Jesus is Lord.
Exactly what you look like to me when your ancestors are doing TikTok to convince you that they are like you and they see the same future for you, and there you are dancing to it. Oh, yeah, carry me, they go. Carry me, they go. Carry us, they go, our future.
70 years old man. Jesus is Lord.
Man. And I don't think I am going to be deleting this anytime soon. Okay, there are two videos I'm not going to be deleting anytime soon. The first one, I said, whatever you think Tinubu is going to do differently, yeah, we would like to hear him say it. Like this time when they say, hey, Buhari, what is... no. What was that again now? Ask him.
Livestock.
Huh?
Livestock.
National livestock.
I would talk about it.
He doesn't know. He doesn't
Yes,
know. I think he doesn't know.
These are all directed at Mr. President. So corruption, yes, let me...
Cancel.
He can talk for himself.
He doesn't know. He doesn't know.
I want Nigerians to give you another opportunity to do another 4 years. Why?
Well, he doesn't know. I think
That's the first one. And I'm waiting. I will only delete that video the moment Tinubu gives me a new replacement. You get that now? And I know he's going to give me one between now and December. If they can just put him in front of the camera and put interviewers there, and then all of us can learn of how Tinubu has been keeping the juicy ingredient of how Nigeria will be better away from Buhari for 7 years, and allow all of you who died and those who are still here who have died. Some of you are died. You are dead. I don't want to say spiritually. I don't know. But physically, you are still like human. They are seeing you like, Abi, yeah, no. But some of you are like psychologically dead anyway. But because of the action of these criminals, you get that now. So I know in the next, between now and December, waiting that gold mine where Buhari gave us, Tinubu will replace Sam. The second one that I don't think I'm going to ever delete is this one. It will always be relevant. Remember it. Photo.
The Nigeria president now photo. Everybody go snap photo with that. So our president is snap photo with the video from Archbishop of Canterbury. He snap photo with the Rogers. He snap photo with this one. Now president now photo on a vote. Your president is now a picture. Photo. Not be juju be that. Not be when our fathers die for each other and we they care for them, keep them for house, they pour libation. You lose na prayer and say, Moko Buhari boy, you lose Buhari prayer. Oro rusada, no no ruler, shitombo arebofu.
Bon, arebofu. I don't know the meaning, but I know it's something to say that very bad. I don't know. Something shy. We know. I won't delete that video. You get that? And as the whole thing begin to fuck more, the other one that I'm not going to take out as well anytime soon is the Tiagasam. Remember that?
Tiagasam? The Tiagasam? Is that? He fainted? He passed out? He was out. 70 years old man. But when their people came,
he was out. And Tiagasam, he passed out. He passed out. I mean, I'm not going to delete that anytime soon. And final one that I'm not deleting soon, that Kolu is back, is this one. Nigeria is not for you. It is a reminder.
How many times would they tell you before you know that Nigeria is not for you? Now they never leave you. They have left you behind. Photo, not be juju be that. Sorry, oh. May God not allow them, make them kill you. 70 years old man. I am mumu too much. You be mumu. You think say they wise?
I am mumu man. Because I don't see any sign say the mumu don't do. Charlie boy say mumu don't do. Charlie boy, now your mumu na ain't too much. That's what he was saying there. I'm not taking that out anytime soon. But again, as they say, choose your own poison and don't use anybody as your excuse. Do you get that? So if they ask you, the Yoruba Nation advocacy, how is it? Well, we still have people who are keeping faith and keeping the disciples and keeping the converts completely refreshed every now and then, not making them to regret their choice and decision after choosing that path. We just need to get it bigger enough that something like this will never, take chance of it anymore. I mean, look at it. Nigeria will disappoint them. When they come back, what do you think they are going to come back to? They should be coming back to an organized people who knows better and never got carried away by all this noise. They're going to evaporate soon, but it's going to be determinant of what is still to come. When I told somebody, I said, I saw a revolution. And it was like, I saw revolution too. I said, no, it is an ingredient that is coming together. Everything is coming together. You are going to see it clearly. Okay? But just not now. So elections have consequences, and you can stop the cycle. Yeah, you can stop the cycle. The cycle of doing same thing again and again and again and expecting a different result. Come on, man. So it's up to you. I've done my part. And I kind of join you to say, call Luis, welcome back, okay? Now, do us a favor. Like we have been seeing Obi that has been making different statements and all that. You can quote him. You can criticize him. You can even question whatever he says. Nobody can see Tifnumbu. Now throwback. Now hold photo. To prove to us that he's alive, he's healthy. No. You should put him out there and let him speak. He's not a don, Sabi. He's not an imbecile, right? He's not an invalid. You are an educated person, young educated person. Wouldn't you love to hear from him? From his experience and all that, putting his words together. But now you won't speak for him. Now they speak. Now so you were speaking for Buhari today. Some of you who haven't left Nigeria is simply because either you didn't have the money or they have denied you your visa. There are many of you young people today whose japa is in the processing stage, but you are still shouting one Nigeria, lying to yourselves. So maybe you would have a think about that. Maybe not. And thank you. I promised yesterday that when I come back today, I'm going to take few calls. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. Okay. I'm going to go make another tea. So if you want to be part of this, you can indeed call in. Okay. Call in that WhatsApp number on your screen. But before you do that, remember, you can still like this video. Like it, share it. If this is your first time on MaiyegunsDiary Politico, I have chats like this. When people tell you that they don't like me, look at them very well. They don't like me because I speak about the people they respect a lot. And guess who they respect a lot? The criminals who destroyed Nigeria. And in my own case, on MaiyegunsDiary Politico, whether you are Igbo, Hausa, Fulani, Yoruba, wherever you come from, your role in contributing to what has happened to us as a people, right? What Nigeria have taken from us as a people, right? Your role is how you're going to be treated. It doesn't matter where you come from. Do you get that now? So yeah, you will be comfortable here if you are a free thinker, if you are somebody with an open mind, and somebody who probably feels like want to have a conversation with other people who don't respect criminals, no matter how old they are. You get that? That's one thing here. So if you take all that out, oh dear, you will love it here. So like it and share and subscribe if you want. And I'm going to be back to take a few calls. Thank you. Okay? And I will be back. So sorry, I've been missing some calls, I would say, but I'm back on the seat now. Hello there.
Hello, Maiyegun.
Hello, sir. How are you?
Hello, my brother.
Very well. How are you, Ndewo?
Thank you. This is Jude from
It's been a while, Sir Jude. I mean, you haven't appeared on our People's Parliament in a while, I bet.
I've always been watching. I've always been watching every day. Trust me. I just sometimes I call people. It doesn't go through, and sometimes I just say, "Let me just listen." Because
that's good.
So many things are going on.
I know a lot is going on. Yes, please.
A lot is going on. I'm telling you, there's confusion all over the places. This so-called politicians, with their campaign that have picked up and everything. A lot of people are getting confused to think that, anything good will come out from this, polluted and messed up, system. Well, I keep telling them, in as much as people are, continue to believe something good will come out, and a lot of people are supporting Obi now. Well, I've always tried to let them know in some other forum that we need this momentum. We need the momentum. It's not anything. One good thing that is coming out from this is the momentum that is gathering, how people are becoming aware of what is going on, and saying that enough is enough, because the people that we are up against, or they are up against, they're not going to give up this power just like that.
No.
To be, and it's not going to happen. So, but where they will need that momentum is when it's eventually, done on them. Wait a minute. So these people are not actually going to let go. So they will need that momentum, and that is where the revolution that we are seeking for will come in. Like you always
like they will provoke it anyway. Like even if it is to them is impossible, because according to them, how could you say you want to do revolution after you've lost an election? So then the people who won the election will have the right to bring out the guns and shoot you. That's their theory. You remember? But that's how they've managed to go after people in the past. But some are saying that they would dare not, as they will never get away with it this time around. So all talk, I still see. I've not seen anything convincing yet.
Yeah. That's just their playbook, and it's only somebody who doesn't follow the system in the corrupt the happenings in the corrupt system that will not understand. Their modus operandi is, do whatever you like, follow whoever you want to follow as a candidate, but when the chiefs are down, we will have the person that we want to be there. And the moment they bring him up,
it's just to validate it, Once you participate, you have validated that exercise. Now, if you come back and say, oh, they rigged me out, now cheating, they will say, oh, is it because you lost? So it's cheating because you lost. So you want to, now, you want to ask the people to... It's still a long road, trust me. And that's where, one thing, Jude. Yeah. You know something, Jude, yeah? There's something I actually thought, although it may just be nonsense, okay? Like every other thought that we'll think and we'll drop them, and then we'll think them again and drop them, right? You know one thing that when people say that Peter Obi is going to end up disappointing his followers is that when the establishment starts and participating in that election, right? If it ended up as a rigging, Obi now, Obi may concede and say, well, for peace, I congratulate the winner. And his supporters will be like, you the craze? Which winner you the congratulate? How do you mean? All that stuff. And that's the moment people will know that Obi is just benefiting from the anger of the people now. He's actually not the one who mobilized them. But all of that is like part of the thought in my head, like, Obi is part of the establishment. And on his own part, he probably will never want him to be blamed for any crisis after the election. Meanwhile, you know what I mean? So it's all set up, isn't it, Jude?
It's all set up. And then another from another angle too.
Yeah.
From another angle too. Even if he didn't concede, they will now tell him if he starts getting aggrieved, they will now tell him anyway. You have to follow the due process.
Yeah, you go to court.
So the due process to express your grievance. So you now go to the court. Now, who are you going to meet in the court? It's still the same people.
The people they put there.
Right?
Yeah.
The same people they put there. Okay, so you'll be there 1 year, 2 years, 3 years. At the end of the day, nothing is going to
No, they will no. At the end of the day, they will say for the sake of national security. No. At the end of the day, Jude, at the end of the day, after 2-3 years, they will say for the sake of national security, we cannot sack. We cannot sack this person. He's already spent 3 years as president. Let's just wait for the next election. They said that to Atifku. They said that to a few of them for the sake of national security.
And then
it's like a script.
For who I know, Obi for who I know, during that process now you begin to pacify the followers.
And now and tell them that due process.
Let us follow the due process. Calm down. The whole thing, the whole system. I just pray these people will understand. Okay, will understand the system very well and know that there is just nothing that will going to come out of this.
But like you said, Jude, right? The momentum, Jude, the momentum, right, is good, you said. Because eventually
that is just the only
it's going
hope
to lead to something else. If it comes back disappointing. You believe that?
Exactly. Because it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. So that momentum is what we need. And then like you always say in this platform, these people will break up this country by themselves.
Oh dear, they are doing a great job now.
Through their activities, through their impunity, through their lack of not being able to understand that Nigeria's terrain is changing. That the people of Nigeria, especially the youth, their things are changing. They are no longer what it is. They might have succeeded during the EndSARS, but I don't know how they can pull off what they did in EndSARS during this election without Nigeria going in flames.
And that's the momentum part. Jude, let me take another call, okay? Just so we can manage the time short tonight. Okay, thank you. It's actually so wonderful hearing from you again. Seriously, thank you.
All right.
You have a good one, sir. Yeah. That's Jude from the US. I have another caller who has been calling repeatedly, so good enough I picked it. Hello there.
Hi, Maiyegun. How are you?
I am very well. How are you?
It's nice to see you. It's nice to hear from you again. This is Kenneth.
It's
from Maryland.
Did you say Kenneth? Ken.
Yeah, Kenneth. Yeah, Ken from Maryland.
From Maryland, you said.
Yes. Yes.
Thanks so much for joining me. So you are live. Go on.
Thank you.
Yes,
so this is my take. My take here is this. Yesterday when I watched your program and you were talking about all the supporters of Tinubu coming at the women and what have you. I was just watching each and every one of them. I was like, Jesus Christ, these people are sick. These people are so sick that, my God, you have a virus, you have a disease, you have people killing you. And then what do? You continue to dance and go out there to campaign.
And in fact,
yes, with this,
continue to ask
with
for
this.
more.
And then because they have a disease. It's not because they just have a disease. Hello?
I'm with you, Ken. Baba, continue.
Yeah. It's not because they have a disease. Actually, they have a disease but has no cure. And they cannot be cured. Because people like this simply means they cannot be helped. They are so into that problem. And it takes more than a miracle for them to come out. Why? Because they, like you said yesterday, their children are in school, and their children are at home. They are not in school. ASU is on strike. And can you believe these jokers come out to support these people that don't give a crap about you?
Don't give a toss about any one of your children. In fact, they want your children to even go and be like you and make up the number that will continue to renew their slavery certificate. It's sad. I keep telling people.
And it is not just because Maiyegun, it's not because it's sad. It is a complete nightmare. It's a nightmare that these people will not come out of it. They will remain in subjected poverty. They will stay there just because that is exactly what this.
And that is not even a cause, Ken. It's not even a cause. It is their choosing, But because they will never take responsibility, they don't know that those choices have consequences. So they don't take responsibility. What you are saying right now, somebody hearing you will think, oh, it's costing. No, you are not costing them. It is the result of their choices. Because once they continue to make them, they will remain in perpetuity of where they are. You're right. Generational poverty.
And yes, and that's why, and that is why I have said that these people, there's no cure for them. There is no cure because I don't see a situation whereby you.
Sorry, Ken. Yeah, I missed that. What you said in between. Something just cut off. Could you continue, please?
Hear me? Hello?
Yeah, I can hear you, Ken.
Hello? You can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you again.
Okay, so what I'm saying is that these people have been subjected to hell, and they continue to remain in that hell. Why? Because, like you said, it is what they have the choosing of what they have, how they want their life to look like. But guess what? It's not just because you have been chosen. You've made a choice of being there, but guess what? You have decided to continue to cost yourself to remain there, and then these people feel that they are entitled to continue to subject you in that condition, whereby because they know at the end of the day when you try to make when you're not complaining, because when you complain, guess what they're going to do? They will send their vampires out to do their dirty job,
and then you run back into your holes and start squeaking there.
And then, and then that's why I keep saying that. When I say what I say all the time, that it's not just because the shit show down there. It is a complete. In fact, it's like you find yourself in a box whereby you would have prayed that you find a way to get out of it, but you don't get out of it. Why? Because you have decided to let these people to subject you to where you are. And that situation like that, it simply means that you can never see light. You can't see light. So when I think I saw Joker Silva, I saw some couple of those Hollywood actresses. I just asked myself, I said, okay, that's fine. Everybody's entitled to who they want to support. That's fine. Yeah? Exactly. But guess what? The question is, with all your level of education and what have you, one would think that, come on, somebody stays there for 8 years, and then you have the same person saying he's going to continue for where the other old person live.
Come on.
Honestly, you can't travel by road. You can't go to one place without thinking about security or somebody getting kidnapped. Supporting somebody like people like this. Wow, interesting. And then you have the so-called presidential candidate.
Good.
Exactly, you have the so-called presidential candidate sneaking in to come back into the country. I tell you, Maiyegun, if that guy stand in front of real press, people who ask him really questions, trust me, Maiyegun, that guy will not survive.
Anybody. That's the problem.
Exactly.
They have, you see, Ken, they have this campaign strategy. I've told people, I read it online, okay? They call it basement campaign strategy. You are in America. You have all your kind of campaign strategy you've probably witnessed yourself, right? You see this basement campaign strategy, yeah? People will be speaking on behalf of Tinubu. He will not speak by himself. Now, if he had to say something, they would have to record it, edit it, and give it to people. So then they will now have to send out different mouthpieces, like mouthpiece to speak for him and tell you whatever he said in a video. They will be the one to explain to all of you, like they are doing for Buhari. You know, when Buhari says something, other people will be explaining, no. What Buhari meant was, no, the president didn't mean that. What he was trying to say, they are the ones explaining. That's called basement campaign strategy. That's what Tinubu is going to use. Sadly, they will not put him in front of the camera. No. They won't dare.
And guess what? And guess what? Was that when I watch this Channel TV with the Channel TV by Shewo Kibale, by interviewing Festus idiot. Guess what? Yes. Guess what? When when the guy when I tried to
breath at some point. Let me Papa, which you stammer again?
Yeah, exactly. That's why I said to myself, the first thing I said to myself, and this guy is an SAN, Senior Advocate of Nigeria, and he's a lawyer, and he's talking like this.
You remember lawyers when they say this lawyer is a son? It'd be like a different lawyer. Like you say, he's a son, son. But with Keyamo and Co, now you begin to look at sons like which kind of son you be, sir? Which one be son? No matter. That's what APC did.
Keyamo sounds like as if I'm watching Sesame Street.
Somebody from the beer parlor.
As if I'm watching it. I'm telling you, it's like it's so unthinkable that I mean, listening to him talking, you just know that this is a well-structured program interview that he has come in to present.
And he has no clue.
He has no clue. How your presidential candidate is not in the country. They ask you simple things, simple question about where is it, what is the status, and you say you don't know. And you are a member of his campaign team. Really? You don't know?
He's bragging on Twitter right now. You don't know how happy he is when he saw that video that Tinubu has landed. He was like, yes, I will show them. It's all about pepper them to them now. You know the people I pity? I pity the people who actually listen to people like that after all they have done. They still listen to them. Say, my leader, Festus, Jagaba is back. Hello. See, Ken, let me take another few calls as well, okay? Before we call it a night, okay?
No problem.
Thank you so much for stopping by. Thank you very much. So that is Ken, right there from Maryland. I have another caller on the line, and that is hello. Can you hear me? Oh, I lost. Oh, hang on. It seems that I have lost the call. I'm going to reopen the line, so you can try it again. I've got another person on the line. Let's see if that connects. Hello there.
Hello, Maiyegun General.
Oh, the Prince Jejeman. How are you?
Baba, I dey hear.
So you want to drop in tonight as well, Baba?
Yeah, so I just let me drop a few lines of what from what the last
help us add to it.
The last broadcast you did, concerning these Igbo people that endorsed Buhari
Tinubu
in Lagos.
The Igbos in Lagos, yes. You want to say something on that, the Prince?
Yes, my brother. You see, Nnamdi Kanu used to make a statement. He said that when you serve the zoo, he used to tell all Biafrans, when you serve the zoo, you will surely come back in shame. I know all of them are listening, both of them that call themselves, gather themselves in one warehouse there and call themselves Ohanese. Shameless bunch of people. You see, my brother, to tell you that you can never, as an Igbo man, you can never please Nigeria. No matter how you try to adjust yourself, Nigeria hates you with all passion. You should know that. Do you know that is in the whole federation now, it's only the Igbos, them, that they are the first people that what they are asked for or what they're begging for. You see that thing you showed, that's the script of what they were requesting for. Yeah? They are the first people, and that's what you used to say on your program, gaslighting. Are you getting me?
Yes.
Their own agreement now is what has come onto social media. These are the things that all the people that they are gathering, both Tinubu and APC, throughout the federation. No other group, their own issue has come to social media with the amount they are requesting. if you starve the zoo, you will surely come back in shame. Our people need to hear. They need to hear. They want to belong, some of them. Yeah?
And you hear them,
If
they're
somebody
asking for recognition. They're asking for this. We need to recognize us. We are, and I'm like, oh man, they still don't like you. It is Nigeria, man.
All the things they are saying, they want to get recognition. They are just telling themselves lies. They know that nobody will recognize them, and they can never be recognized, no matter how they try to be recognized. They are just
even when they are
themselves.
recognized, I would say they will always say, because this is coming from a sincere Yoruba man, okay? I have seen the bigoted Yorubas, okay? They would always and always suspected the Igbos. And when they have the opportunity, this minute bigoted Yorubas, so not all of us, so we have them in us, okay? So they have that bigotry in them. And no matter how good Igbos are, these bigoted Yorubas, they would always suspect you. It is there. Now, if somebody say the Igbos are the same, I'll say, well, if the Igbos are supposed to be like us, the Yorubas, okay, with what they have witnessed in Nigeria, they will never be found in any part of Nigeria but Igbo land alone. But still, they are everywhere. That means somehow, they don't see Nigerians are seeing them. Unfortunately, like you repeated earlier, they are the only easy target for every other tribe's gaslighting. And no thanks to the criminals who have built wealth and power through that. Go on.
Another one is, you see those women that we are doing on your mandate. On your mandate.
Is that the one in Imo? You're talking about the Imo women, eh?
I'm talking, no, the vibrant one and the one in Lagos that we are doing on your mandate.
Lagos. Go on.
You understand? The one I saw on red. They were all on red.
Those ones are not Igbos. Those ones are Yorubas.
They are not Igbos.
Go on.
Yes.
No, I can't say Yorubas. I would say those are Lagosians, women in Lagos as well, who came together because they're not just Yorubas. But I get you now. I thought we were still talking about the endorsement. So you are talking about the rallies on your mind. Yeah? Go on.
No. I've finished with the kangaroo Igbos.
Let's go on to this women on your mandate.
I'm talking about the women, Lagosian women on your mandate. You see, most of them their children are those that are out of school over going to a year now. Are you getting me? And some of them that have not yet gotten an issue, they are mothers in waiting. That they are going to give birth very soon, and their own children will join the group of out of school children roaming the whole street. Are you getting me? But see them on your mandate. At the end of the day, they will come to Maiyegun.
Shout change. Not be so then shout next devil. So if it is on your mandate, I just hope they will be alive to give witness, to give testimony.
Maiyegun, do you know the worst sickness? Do you know the worst sickness in the world?
Tell us.
The worst sickness in the world is poverty.
It is
poverty, especially the poverty of mental poverty.
The poverty of the mind.
The one that is in Nigeria. I get me because all these people that you see, they've seen that APC, Buhari brought bad luck into Nigeria. See Nigeria the way Nigeria is throughout the whole world, and local and international. Today, the person that they are doing on your mind, they told you that where this person stopped
is going to
that
continue.
This person has done very well.
Yes.
On this mandate or foundation of this man, mad president that died, and they brought an impostor who there. You understand?
He's
and going to continue on the Mark President Foundation. Maiyegun, I said, I leave other people to come. Let them continue.
Thank you very much. Let me take this other call as well. Hello there, sir.
Hello, General. Maiyegun, this is Joe from Akinola.
Sir Akinola from Houston.
Nice to hear from.
I know. It's
nice
been a long
to hear
time.
from
How
you
are
again today.
It's a pleasure.
It's been a long time. I recently actually traveled to Nigeria. I've been listening to your analysis since.
Go on, sir.
Yeah, I did. And I tried to interview people that support Tinubu, Yoruba people that support Tinubu, say. Igbo people that support Tinubu, Yoruba people that support Obi, and Igbo people that support
Obi as well. You spoke
what
with you.
The
Tell
conclusion
us what
that I have,
Baba.
Maiyegun, is that, look, anybody supporting Obi or Tinubu, they are, or Atiku, they are all moved by tribal sentiment, in essence. Take that to the bank.
So just following the trend and following the wave, like the mob and all that.
Yeah, anybody telling you, go, Obi is this, Tinubu is this, they are all bunch of liars. We all should be supporting, if at all we want change in Nigeria, we should be supporting Omoyele Sowore. But none of them is doing that at the moment. They are giving excuses.
Do you know that? Do you know that Sowore is the one with the best, clearly explained steps, processes that he would take on every issue that is bedeviling Nigeria today? But nobody is reading, sadly.
Nobody. They all. You see them abuse Omoyele Sowore online. This is a man. If there's a problem in the south, in the southeast, they will come there to their aid, southwest, everywhere in Nigeria.
They will identify with everybody that is being persecuted by the system.
Everybody.
Yet.
Everybody. I listen to obedience or batify or articulate, and I said, Nigeria is going, for people who want progress, to be listening to you and how that Nigeria should be separated, because when you listen to the people, there are fears, just like you have said. There are Yorubas that they are afraid of Obi, and why? One of them gave one example about what happened in war, for example, where a lot of people that were worshiping in church were killed, more than 50 people, and several other people ended in the hospital. They thought Obi as a Catholic should have shown up, that if that were to happen in Anambra, Imo, he would be there. But a person of Anambra was appointed as a cardinal. He quickly flew there to Rome. He asked me to explain that to him. I have no explanation, I must tell you, in essence. So basically, all these people that support this,
they have their own personal reasons why they feel like, I get you, Baba. Continue.
Yeah. So basically, if anybody wants Nigeria to change, we will youth want it to take over. Omoyele Sowore should be our candidate, in essence, if you believe in elections. But many of them are not doing that. Everybody explains from I listen to Yoruba people that support obedience as well. From their point of view, it's not too different from what Afenifere is saying, that, look, if you want this country to be balanced, at least you have to cede power to the southeast. So these are some of the debates. Nobody is debating about, okay, what is your record? What did you do when you were governor in Abra, or governor in Lagos, or vice president of Nigeria, where this man was selling all the assets? Nobody is concerned.
I'm even saying that now that it is the fever that they are catching, maybe me, I'm speaking from the position of somebody who listen to details more than just the headlines, okay? When I say details, right? These days, you could barely quote any of these guys on anything. You get that, sir? You could barely quote, though you can quote Obi on because it's everywhere. You can see his video and all that, right? But you could barely quote Atiku or Tinubu. You can quote Omoyele Sowore. Is everywhere. He's talking and sharing his view and all that, yeah? So for somebody like myself, it is also an opportunity as well to say, okay, look at those who are, if they have a chance of saying what they said they would do individually. For example, if Tinubu is saying what he's going to do individually, Atiku is saying what he's going to do individually, we have heard that of Obi and the others. And to me, Baba, I just believe still that there is no way forward in any of those, except for what everybody's just saying to make you feel good that they have something that they're going to do. So there's none. But still, we would love them to say whatever they want to do themselves, not what people are saying on their behalf, so that you can quote them, hold them onto it. But I don't think we'll ever have that opportunity. It's always going to be the drama like this all through.
When I started working at it, most people that win election in Nigeria, people will not turn up in presidential debates. They will just say, keep talking to yourself.
It doesn't matter now. Because it's the system.
So this election,
they are not responsible for anyone. You know that. You and I know that. Okay. So when people ask me and say, you need to speak more about Toby and the rest of that, I was like, if you see, normal, you should be able to listen to them and let them say what they would do. Let me tell you something, sir. Let me tell you something. The first person that could have convinced me to show interest in Nigeria election in a way, like would have been Omoyele Sowore. You know why? It was the only person I brought here. And he was able to explain in a very clear language, not abracadabra, what and how he believed that those who are demanding for Biafra, those who are demanding for Yoruba nation, and every other person who wants to leave, right? He was the only person who was able to highlight how it is possible. And it was realistic. You know that. But the next person who says something similar, sir, is this Obi. Okay? And I can tell you they are speaking because they are speaking as an outsider. The real owners of the system, Atiku and Tifnumbu, you know the way they talk according to the system they put in place, which is going to remind you that this Nigeria is not breaking. Forget it. Obi says something. He said, listen, he had no better explanation like Sowore. He said, when it comes to restructuring, when it comes to a new constitution, or let me say regionalism and every other thing people are demanding, right? He said, what he believed personally is that it's going to take constitutional amendment or a new constitution passed by the entire country for every other region to have that referendum and autonomy that people are demanding for. But to him, the president of Nigeria that is holding the executive list, which is the most bigger of the control of Nigeria, should be ready to let go some of them to all these regions, all these states, local governments, so that they will have this power to be able to indeed cater and help for the smallest of the people in the community. So that idea of ceding power, sharing power, and all of that stuff are a way to say, listen, restructuring or what have you, or whatever name you want to give to it, or rearranging, whatever you want to call it, is doable and possible, right? With him, even though he didn't convince me. He hasn't convinced me until today. And like Omoyele Sowore that managed to explain it better, right? And he said he could only do it if he become president of Nigeria. I said, well, hands off. Me, I'm not part of that. He is unable to get us involved in their election. So Obi won't get me involved in a way. Sure, you get. So if we talk about, like you said, so if you talk about those who could have made an impression on us, talking about their election, I would choose Sowore based on what is ideal to me, and that is the process of letting everybody go their separate ways, peacefully, whatever it's going to take.
I hope you hold a session on restructuring of the country one day. I actually share my view with Omoyele Sowore sometimes on before now.
Right.
In fact, if I were to get into that, it would take us a long time. But mainly, I'm focusing on the steps of this coming election. In essence, that look, for anybody join to be ratified, obedient, or articulate, you're just deceiving yourself. You're all moved by tribal sentiment. The only person that represents our common aspiration at this time is Omoyele Sowore. Either we like it or not, is the only person that represents our common aspiration. Apart from that, look at all these people that I've mentioned. Obi just jumped from PDP. He was advising Jonathan on economy. It was this and that. Tinubu has been there installed. install Bubu as president for 8 years, when we have suffered so heavily from that. Atiku has been part of the corruption from our inception. So these are the bunch of people that we are trying to project. People will call, oh, come and be obedient, or come and be batify, or come and be complete all nonsense. If you're not supporting Omoyele Sowore today, it means you're finding excuses to support your tribal sentiment. And look, I don't have problem if you have your tribal sentiment. I'm a Yoruba man. I want Yoruba nation. I don't want all this rubbish we're doing. I know we're not a country.
I have saved myself all the stress. That is why, except something happened, and I have to use these characters in my presentations. They don't mean anything to me anymore. I'm just waiting for the time when they will be done with all of this whole thing, all these games and every other thing, and the whole thing exploded.
I want to do a republic. I want people.
I'm with you, Sir Akinola. You there? Oh, I think something is... are you there? Reconnecting. Okay. My time is actually going. I've only got about 15 minutes to go. So I am taking another call. And there we have Ahmed. Is that you, Ahmed? By the way. Lafia lao mandala ya mata ya dogo and everybody
yara is children yaro
yes
one more children yara dusuna nan lafiya kana nan lafiya kalau ko
alhamdulillah lafiya lao
yawa kai naji dadi
Megida fire no push on too much. You see, I did well now. I didn't stammer, so don't make it difficult again for me. So everybody can hear you.
Allah ma albarka.
Alhamdulillah.
You go say ami. As I dey talk say wa shori reni Allah ma albarka.
Amen. Ya Rabbi. Amen.
Yawa.
Same to you, by the way. So, Ahmed, you have been watching all night, and we are celebrating the return of Kolu, and at the same time reminding the people of what it was like when Buhari was on his own tour. So, people love to, they say if you don't learn from history, you are bound to repeat it. Now, it's about to happen.
You make mistake.
You want to add yours.
I listen to the last caller. You see, I always say, all these people that are today, they just turn around. They are supporting Obi. Obi is one of those people that was even involved in the system. He was a governor under this rubbish system.
Yes.
He was an advisor to Jonathan. He was a vice presidential candidate to Atiku.
Just
one of the best celebrated chiefs in Nigeria. So, if you won't talk now, the same mad people will tell you Sowore supported Buhari in 2015.
Without any evidence, by the way.
All these people, they saw people answer content. All of them, like you used to say, Maiyegun, it's not as if they hate oppression.
No.
It's just that they hate corruption. So it's just that they are not happy if they are not the ones involved.
That is benefiting from
all these people. Yes, all these people that you see that today they just woke up and they're supporting Obi China. Most of them that you see, if we continue to support these people, they know the truth that you go fit touch us. The better make we find person we go at least look our side. Where the they make mistake, we say today, if Obi should become the president, I'm telling you, you will see how the defection will start coming, both from PDP and APC.
It's
and Obi has no God.
I mean, not
tell
today.
them no.
See, make I give you one hint.
Obi
Let me give you
no,
one hint, Ahmed. Let me give you one hint.
Yeah.
If you have been following the obedient and every other thing they've been doing, right? There's something I observe about them. I actually like them. sincerely, right? But there's something I observed them. You see, obedient be like people, I mean, people who have been abused for so long, traumatized, yeah? And then they want to be loved. It doesn't matter. Okay, they want to be loved. They want to be. They are craving for love. Love us. Show us love. Show us that you care for us. That's what I see, right? Now, if you look at them very well, they are sometimes, well, maybe not anymore, but back then they used to project people to please come and join Obi. You remember when they were projecting Kwakwanso? Kwakwanso should come and be his deputy. If Kwakwanso joined last summer, Kano is finished. And then Kwakwanso decided not to join. And they started abusing him. Useless Kwakwanso. We just wanted to, you know what I mean? So that's the way I see it. People who have been abused for so long.
Someone will tell you, they still demand people will tell you that this show, this SUG, you think this is university, go and start from local government. And I will sit down and I have answered a lot of them, but sometimes make I use my finger, please. I know say nobody that go here. Sorry, what is surely deep gone. Deep gone. So at but sometimes you just go on social media and we just use our fingers, please.
And just
I will reply to her. Say, come, you go yes. And Maiyegun, and before I even say anything. Maiyegun, before I say anything, you said waiting the cost no be here. You could just come, you just throw one, you could just call violence, just what
don't leave us for that conversation. They don't block it. They block a page. They block my page 3 times. Lagos Sabo Bakus, we have history. Because we are all angry in our way. And things that happens every day keeps renewing your anger. So how do you come out there and start reporting like channels and start posting things like the nations? That's not, there's nothing. There's no fun in that. So if I see Tifnumbu and this and that, if I want to put it out there, I need to make it cause trouble so that you will laugh. Tifnumbu supporters will be angry. Everybody go meet on the MaiyegunsDiary Politico. And for a few hours, now fight. Your papa, you useless this. Some will be abusing Maiyegun. Others will be like, Maiyegun is better than your father. Maiyegun is better than your generation. And I'll be reading comments and say, violence is everybody is angry. Left, right, center, angry. And the people who put us in this anger, the things say, go consume them too. Ahmed. Right. I might have lost Ahmed there. Ahmed, are you there? Now that connection is acting up, okay? Let me take this one. There's another veteran, by the way. Hello.
Yeah, one name.
One name. What's that one?
Ndewo is how are you?
Yes. So Ndewo. Kedu.
Ndewo, how are you? Kedu, how are you?
Kedu, how are you? You should be answering me, Nosita. Come on, I'm communicating. Kedu.
Adema.
One name. Now, you are live, and we have a very limited time. Ahmed is back on the line, but Osita, can you manage just about 5 minutes there before I close it tonight? Please.
All right, my brother.
Sir.
The thing I wanted to talk about is I want to talk about the video that was being played yesterday. I tried all possible means for me to call in. I couldn't get in.
I can imagine. I didn't even take calls last night. I bet if I did, you would probably have.
No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't yesterday. I think it wasn't.
It must have been 2 days or 3 days ago. Okay. Remind us and add those. Yeah.
Yeah, it's all about the one that is trading, the Igbo support for Tinubu.
The endorsement. That was 2 days ago, yeah?
The endorsement. Let me say something clearly here.
Please.
Everybody is entitled when you have a true democratic process.
The way it should have been normally. Mm-hmm.
Yes. To endorse anybody you wish. But I want to say something clearly here. There's a lot of things that happen that people, even
people on TV, when they know about it, the mainstream media, they don't want to talk about it. Because why they call them mainstream media, they've been streamlined in what they are supposed to talk about. Now, Joy Bokwe, when I saw that video, I was looking for him that he has to show up. He has to show up.
I showed him. I brought him. Didn't you see him? It was his day. It was
no, that's what I'm saying now. That at the beginning he was not sure you.
Oh,
he didn't come to his side.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he showed up, and that was when I said to myself, "Oh no, this man that you are looking at used to be the Ohanes Ndibo in Ikeja before I think before he became one time in Lagos.
Was he their spokesperson or their chairman in Ikeja branch at the time?
In Ikeja, he wasn't the spokesperson. He was their chairman. He owns the Ikeja General.
Right.
He owns the Ikeja General Food Canteen and one pure water they call General. Pure water. There's somebody I know one-on-one. He might not know me, but I know him one-on-one.
I mean, if he was selling food and then selling water, of course, he doesn't even have to know you. You are going to be one of his customers.
And because a family friend of mine, I saw him in that video.
Oh,
is his member.
Right.
Is his follower.
Right.
That one. There was a time he won councillor in Alausa, in Ikeja. Regun Alausa constituency was the councillor.
Oh.
Before what's his name? Babangida.
Oh, that would be was that in the 80s?
That was the early 90s.
Oh, early 90s. Okay, go on.
I think they were the last people that I think it was around 82. I mean 88, between 82 and 90.
Right.
Now, what I'm trying to say is that these two characters, they have their own followers too.
Yes.
And money is being thrown about. Why you will look at that video and look at that video carefully? Did you see anybody who looks like between the ages of 20 and 28, 27 there? You won't see nobody around that age there. Yes
not
or
really. No? Not even like early 30s. Those I saw there were like they were like shop owners.
Thank you very much.
These were people who are like they may not have been those who made up all the numbers. So there may be other tribes there and there, normal, right? But
no, I'm just trying to tell you the other tribes there.
Who are to like
because that is an Ikeja movement, and I was asking somebody all about this morning. They themselves, the person I was asking is between the age of 30 and 36. He said they don't even know anything about it. That's what he said.
Told. Right.
Yeah, and that is somebody who I know is on the movement of this empire. A friend of mine, he do visit here. So what am I trying to tell you right now is that we know the people who made that movement. We know the cash, the money that was infused. We know whatever that.
And you know what it was meant to achieve.
And I want to say
Igbo endorsed Tinubu in Lagos.
Yeah.
Other people said, Osita, looking at the other brighter side, right? Other people said that it was actually a smart move. Okay? On the side of the Igbos, whether they are APC members or not, whether they were threatened or harassed to attend, that it could actually be a good move.
No, that is what I'm trying to say.
Go on.
That's what I'm trying to say.
With all we have heard though so far, all the threat, all those things we have been hearing, that it could be one of the best smart moves, yeah? Go on.
Those traders you see, those ones that you see, they are traders in Alaba.
Because they are those who have something to lose. Not the
They are the ones that have something to lose.
Not the Agberos that are taking money from them.
If you look at the video well, some of them were even looking at Joy Boke. What's wrong with this guy?
You get that, like, man, what am I doing here? I could see that. I shared the video.
But what I'm trying to tell you is a smart move for them. The second one is the one that happened in Owerri too. We know our Yahoo president, our Yahoo governor.
Opus Odigba.
Yes, he is always carrying money to get crowd in everything he did.
And there's so much money
My
to
brother,
share.
There's poverty in that land.
Yes.
Any woman, they go to a store and tell her that, oh, we are giving you 2,000 naira, come to do this thing because we are closing your store. The woman will say, instead of close my store, let me go and collect this 2,000 and go for this. That's
you know
another
what they told
one.
me about that Lagos, sister, that people are being told, people are saying that they must have given them money. That information is not totally true. Do you know that the traders in Lagos were even taxed? They were taxed to contribute money towards that. They
didn't share money to them. How can you share money to traders? Well, how much
like they were made to put resource, like this store, everybody must contribute 5,000.
No, but they put pressure on them. They put pressure on them.
And they just have to.
I'm coming to that place. I'm coming to that point.
Go on.
The third point here is I want to tell anybody that everybody has his right
to choose whatever they want. If you are talking about democracy, that is true.
Yes, everybody has his right. It will be unjust for somebody to look at Joke da Silva and start cussing out and abusing her. No, I'm not going to be in support of that.
Hey, but Osita, there's another argument before I let you go, okay? And I want you to touch that before you go, okay? Some people said that everybody has rights to choose whatever they want and whoever they want. That's democracy, right? But at the same time, if your choice in the past, right, has cost me nearly my life, my everything, and you are about to, and then you repeated that same choice 4 years after, and it made things worse, right?
No, that is where I'm.
And then you're about to make that same decision again. I have every right to scream and say you are a threat to my life. What do you think?
Yes, that is where I'm coming to.
Okay, please.
What I'm coming to is she has a choice.
Yes.
But she has not made my choice. She has not made anybody's choice.
No.
I wouldn't want somebody to cause or abuse her, but you can criticize
because of what she's choosing to do, yeah?
Yes, you can criticize what she actually stands for. Because yes, if you go to the history part of it between she and somebody's wife that is related to Tinubu's government very well. You will find out that they have a relationship, they went to the same school. But what I am going to criticize is a character that even if you cannot make the right decision, it's better you keep your mouth shut. You don't say anything.
Like if you don't have all the answers, there's no reason in being cheeky.
Yes, it's not everybody that has that direct relationship with all these people that you are supporting, because that is something I have to talk about. But overall, I want to get back to Arise TV because they watch all these things that we say here.
Sure. You have something for the Arise. Quickly, go on. Osita.
Yes, in relationship with what I am talking about concerning this woman, Joke da Silva. You are there criticizing people who criticize or cussed out Joke da Silva. But you never talked about on your program the people who beat up 2 young boys who were just carrying only a flag in Ocean. You never said anything about it. And you people keep thinking about this country is one Nigeria. It is never one Nigeria. It can never be, and it will not be.
Not this way, no.
Not this way. My brother, let me tell you the truth. The truth is always bitter. I myself, I will always like somebody from the eastern part of Nigeria. The one that is a Yoruba man will like the one from the western part of Nigeria. The northern are the same, the Ibibio, the ethics, everybody. What does it show? It shows that we are not
we all
one.
have our sentiments towards where we come from. And when they push us to confess them, no matter how uncomfortable it is for many, many of you, you will never, ever fail to admit.
Must I come out on TV and tell the Yoruba people in Onitsha? Because if you go to main market on Onitsha, you see some Yoruba people, they have their stores there.
I mean, see,
then I will tell the Yoruba people.
Somebody sent me a video, right? And see, I chose not to use that video. You know why? Because when the person was talking, it was like, Maiyegun, I want you to share this video. Look at the Yorubas here. Here in Onitsha. See, we have Yorubas here who are selling us agbo. We have Yorubas here who are selling food. We have Yorubas here who are running business here. Maiyegun, look at that one. That one is a Yoruba. You know, they were recording the video. It was about 43 seconds.
No,
they sent it to me, and I'm like,
you see that agbo that you talked about? That agbo you talked about. Yeah. My own sister, the person that is my eldest sister right now.
Yeah.
That is the business you do in Onitsha.
Is it?
So when I was living in London, and I travel to Nigeria almost every two months. I'm in Nigeria. Trust me, I go to Onitsha and I see these people. They are Yoruba people.
I mean, they said they have community. I have seen Yoruba community in Port Harcourt. I'm talking about where, you know, we saw Babalawo's house, a Yoruba man, right?
Exactly.
He was living like somebody from my village. In my village, right? We have rich Babalawos, right? They have made it, and you can tell by the size of their house. And in Port Harcourt, and this guy was there doing the magic of, you know, all this padlock. And I was like, in Port Harcourt, they know him. He's so and they said no, there are people here like that everywhere.
Bro, bro, 1 minute. Let me go back to Arise again.
Quickly.
Arise is there when the Oba of Lagos came out openly and said that he's going to throw them into the gutters, the Igbos into the gutters, if they do not vote for Sanwo-Olu. What did Arise say? They said nothing. So what I am trying to say, especially that one that said his what's his name? The old man. Abati, Ruben Abati.
Yeah.
That Ruben Abati. He is the one that said something concerning this thing. What did he say in all those chapters? He said nothing. Because the life of those little boys, the life of those young boys who is upcoming, those boys are students, their life doesn't matter. It is only Jacket and Silver's life that matter. You can see how stupid and irrational Arise can be. I put my hands up for that our Ijebu brother, that Rufus.
Rufai.
That one, Rufai is different. He's got sense in that TV station, and everybody keeps saying about it. I need Dr. Ruben Abati. I do not know where he got his doctorate from, but I need him to go to internet and see his ratings that people are giving him. That Rufus has a better rating than he does at his old age. He cannot do things right. May God forgive him.
Osita, I wish I had a longer time to share with you, but my time is so up and the night is so gone. So thank you. I appreciate your time with me again tonight. Okay, stay safe, Baba. I'll see you again tomorrow or the next or any other time. All right. Thank you so much, Osita. Now, this is where we're going to draw the curtains. Okay. Choice is choice. Mine is just to bring to fore the happenings, the pieces of the event and all that stuff. I bring them together. Hopefully, I can help you to understand the characters that are presenting themselves as leaders in Nigeria and those who brought us to this stage that we found ourselves, and the consequences of our choices, even though if you don't care, you should always remember the consequences of your choices, okay? Taking responsibilities for your actions. Yes, you have right to choose and make your choices known. In fact, pursue your choices and make sure that they come to pass. Nevertheless, you must always remember that it is also your responsibility to be responsible for all your actions. Consequences that follows as in you should be able to hone up on them. Your failure to hone up and accept your responsibilities is the reason why you are pointing fingers here and there, and you call people enemies of the people who don't give a damn about you. Okay? But whatever it is, just don't say I didn't tell you. Okay? And don't pretend that you didn't know or you don't know. You know what you are doing. And if you didn't know what you're doing before, and I bet you should by now, therefore, when your choices are made, remember, the consequences of them comes with the same package you order. So if Tinubu can change from this or that, he can even jog and do video that is running on a treadmill and all that. If you really care about your future, before you become a vuvuzela or turn yourself to a rabid dog on social media, or even if you choose to become a social media bandit, an Ocean, a cretin, social media cretin, whatever you choose to do, do yourself one single favor. It's called justice. make sure that the man you want to speak for is able to tell you what he has to offer you by himself, not by the teleprompters or spokespersons or mouthpieces here and there. I mean, if you have learned nothing, I just shown you the throwback of the Buhari's packaging. Where did that lead us? Where has that left us? A choice. And thank you for those of you who spend your night and your evening with me again tonight. I always appreciate every time you spend with me, by the way. Okay. So thank you. You can take a moment and like this broadcast if you haven't. We were over 2,000 of us on YouTube. And I heard, I saw that we're over 500 as well on Facebook. Well, thanks to Facebook that allowed, probably 0.2% of you to see my broadcast tonight. But do me one favor before you go. Like, Ahmed, I don't want to disappoint Ahmed. Ahmed, I am already rounding up. I don't know what happened to your connection earlier, okay? Can you do me one favor? My time is so gone. I will leave you uninterrupted for the next 2 minutes. Make it short. You are going to be the one to close the broadcast for me tonight, okay? Ahmed.
Yeah.
Quickly.
Well, that time, now my hand just touched
you missed it. Well, all loose jars, they work sometimes, eh? So, I'm glad we don't spoil up. So you're back. Adam, quick one.
Like I was saying, you see, most of those people that you see on your page.
Yes.
Sometimes, if you post, if I just go through the post, I'll just go through the post. Only me, I'll come to think and say, what's happening? Is it that people don't think? And with all you have been saying, Maiyegun, you still see some people come back and they will still ask, who are you even supporting, Gogo?
They come ask me all the time. Know where some don't ask. They just say, we know you are supporting Obi. Before Obi came, they said, we know you are working for Atiku. We are working for PDP. They've told me I've worked for everyone. Even Obi people have told me that I'm working for Tinubu. It's always where you are reading my comments anyway. You are reading them all the time, Abi. So that's how it is every day. And I deal with that all the time. I'm working for everyone.
So one man like that, one idiot, one Okonu, Oti Shiarabo, Okuni for that matter, he has bleached his team. All those idiots, Tomama Babalaye for in Lagos there. This guy was now trying to threaten me. Money Baba, drop your address there. Drop your address. Me, I go meet.
So mad.
You go understand, say, Emi go me, Shenori, Abodi FM.
I go, Badu, I'm belong.
Drop your address.
I'm belong from Wani. They can shut your
See, if you know what's in my own sense, if you know what I don't go through self, you don't go stand for one corner.
Stand on my way and be talking this trash. Exactly.
You won't threaten me. Me threat are you mad or something?
Are you mad or something?
One old man now came on was like, Beko. Tinubu,
that's their final line.
Money.
How is their life?
Only Beko. Tinubu ni. Money ke bofe boko. Inuya lo makusi lagbara Ọlọ́run.
I mean, Shadra and Shamini kò sí jan churchy.
You know, there is a line that you used to bring. You say, may Nigeria happen to you. If you know truly that Nigeria, you are praying, Nigeria will succeed. If I say may Nigeria happen to you, it is a prayer. You say you like the Nigeria. It is a prayer. Just say amen. So why are you so angry?
Exactly.
May Nigeria happy. They are a bunch of hypocrites. And Abosi, Oloma ṣokùnfà ikú tó máa kú, ikú gbóná ni gbogbo yín máa kú.
Àṣẹwà.
Ẹ mọ òótọ́ ẹ ti rí pé àwọn èèyàn ń kú lójoojúmọ́. Little children, and you are denying just because of the pin you people want to get.
Exactly. You know what? Make I tell you one story. Quick one, Ahmed. Make I tell you something quickly. Make I tell you something quickly. There's this guy who always come on to MaiyegunSdiary Politico. Okay. A friend of mine knows him, and every now and then he will come in. He will say a lot of things about me, right? He will say things. I don't know him one-on-one, but somebody who knows him. So, and I didn't know that 5 years ago, right? they gave him they gave him 2 slots in Lagos. Okay, the first slot they gave him is a junction to be collecting money every day. Okay, then they put his name in their local government. They put his name in a rota where they are paying him for doing nothing, or just they put those names as party names in local government. The local government will be paying you some stipend, maybe 20,000 or 30,000 every month. Okay, so you'll be collecting all of that money for the time of that chairman there, maybe 2 years today. So this guy has been enjoying that in Lagos, robbing people, taking money from people as Owoda in a junction. Okay, and he was enjoying that. So for the past 5 years, he will come on to MaiyegunSDiary Politico. He will abuse me. You this useless one. You this Maiyegun, this Maiyedaru. This guy who has no job. I didn't know that he was collecting. I didn't know until recently. Almost suddenly, this guy just attack APC. What happened? Is it my eyes? Is it that my eyes are paining me? What am I reading? Why is this guy abusing APC? You know what happened there? They don't remove him from that free money. They've removed his name from that bursary. The guy is angry right now. You get that now? He's watching it right now. I decided to share his story. So when people come here to abuse me, so many people don't know their stories. These are street urchins who rely on the stipend that different politicians gives to them from different local government, ward, council, and all that across Nigeria. But you will think they actually love and care when they attack Maiyegun for exposing their criminal leaders. So I'm used to that, Ahmed. I'm so used to them.
Every single thing you say about immediately after they drop them, I'm telling you, are they relate? As they drop them, are they relate? Yeah, I don't tell you before. I tell you, Maiyegun, the way they talk about it can't be like say you've been lived for not before.
I get photographic memory. If I say experience is the best teacher, you know, they say life is the best teacher.
The moment you just drop out, only say,
you Baba, relate,
they relate almost everything you talk about. All those things, some of them I went through all of them. And anytime it relates to the northerners, I'm telling you, it's something that I passed through. Most of people will not understand. Someone that for 20-something years of your life, you lived in somewhere before leaving that place. You know? So tell me, kind experience you was born in.
They know they teach them for school.
If it was in
that kind of experience, they know they teach them anywhere. Now life go teach you.
Where them born me, I tell people, see, now inside core Hausa.
Yes.
Inside core Hausa, no be say.
Somebody try to tell you that you don't understand it. You did a craze. They're born inside this system. I know this system. Listen, I grew up. I survived this system. You can't tell me say I don't understand. You did craze. You don't know, Baba.
That is it. So if I can't see person where they Lagos, I mean you dey south. You never ever come north before. You can't support all the Mama will pay lock on me. I can't talk and say. Before I go just carry phone, I can't type and give and say, wow,
they can save time. Baba.
No,
I hope I'm lucky next time and you call in early enough, okay? No. We had a lot of people around tonight, so hopefully we won't be this much next time. I can have everybody in and manage the time, okay? Ahmed, thank you so much for always, Stay safe, and you have a good one, Now, what do you say good night? How do you say good night? Say that again.
Say the Safi, like you want to say Baba. Say the Safi. Say the Safi.
The Safi.
Say the Safi.
Say the Safi.
Odaro.
God bless you. Thank you so much, Ahmed.
Ọlọ́run jíwárí aláìkémù Ọlọ́run jíwárí.
Aláìkémù aláìkí ayé ńkọ́ aláìkí ayé.
Ọlọ́run má jẹ́ àríbi.
Aláìkí ayé is God forbid bad thing, abi?
God forbid bad thing. Ọlọ́run má jẹ́ àríbi.
Aláìkí ayé. So that's what that means.
Aláìkí
olóṣìlà Àyìndé ṣá kò tí ẹ lè kọ́ fúl ká lọ stọ́dì ẹ̀. Hey, Ahmed, nice one. I don't. Where is that other one? Say Mutafi. I mean, say Gotafi.
Say the Safi.
Eh?
Say the Safi.
Say no. Come on, man. It's too fast. Say the Tafi. I mean, Mutafi. I mean, Gotafi.
Udaro. Say that Safi. Udaro.
Say the Tafi. Udaro. I like you. Say the Tafi.
God forbid, Udaro.
No, Shati mix it up, man. If we say God forbid, Udaro.
Or make I give you one. Make I give you one.
Oh yeah, give me another one.
Asuba Tekeri.
Tekeri.
Yeah, Asuba Tagari. Asuba Tagari.
Asuba Kagani. Good morning.
Tagari. Gari.
Tagari.
Gari, you want to say Tagari.
Asuba Tagari. That's good morning.
Good night. Good night.
Yeah, Asuba is when we go and when we go and pray in the morning. Asuba.
That means Juari.
Hey,
you understand?
Don't worry.
Juari. Yeah, Kusueri.
Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò.
Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun number one.
Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò.
Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun number one.
Maiyegun ti dé o, ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú.
Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun number one.
Lórí Facebook, lórí YouTube.
Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun number one.
Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Maiyegun já wa sí.
Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun number one.
Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o.
Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun number one.
Bó bá ṣe eré, àní Maiyegun máa wí.
Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun number one.
Ó sì tún ṣe eré, wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o.
Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun number one.
Maiyegun Diary, Diary Politico.
Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun number one.
Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Maiyegun.
Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun number one.
Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹgọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o.
Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun number one.
Àní Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ tó dòdòdò.